Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of Sunday Night Geekery. We're up to 119 here, which is pretty impressive. Keeping that going once a week, but it's been a ton of fun. And tonight, I'd like to introduce a special guest panelist to hopefully be back many more times.
Well,
the
we'll wait
and
to
I
the end.
We'll wait to the end. And you can leave anytime you want. I want to say that. I've heard to say that before the pre-show. But yeah, sometimes we end up going on really long. So feel free to cut out. Clobbering times you can't leave. You're under contract.
No.
But, Geek and I,
if
you need to cut out, please.
I'm the first officer here.
Yeah, but let me introduce. Well, let's say hello to everyone in the chat first of all, and then we'll introduce our panelists. But FKH, AK Tim is here. Polly's Minion is here. Thank you for being here. And that picture of the Star Trek crew is looking great. You're sending out to Raquel.
Yes.
The Outsider is here. Yeah. Let's put up the Truck Dog approved overlay. I gotta still have that. Yep, here it is. Yep. So hopefully it'll be approved by Steve. Yep. So let's put up Polly's Minions. Simi. Yep, in the chat here. Let me put.
Well,
that's it. Alphabetical here, so everyone check out the cute Truck Dog travels. There we go. And we've got, who else have we got in the chat?
Fanty's here. What's up, dude?
Fanty's here.
Trouble.
Wagnar's here.
What?
Not. You can say Wagner better than me. I can't do the way Raquel.
Wagner. No one can say it better than Raquel.
Yeah. Could not be reached for further comment with which is a fantastic YouTube handle. Son Lee is here. Hey, your Muslim uncle.
Hey, buddy.
Courtney. And she'll be joining us too. Yep. And DJ Play Nice is here. Awesome. And Lisa is here too, my Fortnite buddy. Yep.
Hey.
We were playing the Fortniters last night, but probably too late into the evening, but that's okay. But thank you to everyone. And so we just want to introduce the Geeky and I. Let me put his, everyone please go over and sub right now. But please come back. But here's, let me put the Geeky and I's link here, and maybe just tell us a little bit about your channel in 20 minutes or less.
Well, I was born in 1968. No, 69.
Youngster.
Yeah.
Younger than us.
I don't feel it. I can't even. I'm at the point where I need those Sketcher step-ins.
Oh, I got to get those from Mr. T. Told me I had to buy them.
Yeah. I don't need his pity. So, but yeah, I've had the channel for about 4 years now, on and off between stints with the Coof, and started broadcasting back in 1983 as an intern at a little tiny AM radio station on Long Island, WGSM, where I was interning doing news. And then from there, it just kept going until computers came and took away all the people behind the microphone.
Oh, yeah. I had a couple of friends on radio too. And you do have a great radio voice, I'm going to say. So I can see why you were on air. But you had a friend who was doing traffic and just, things keep getting cut back. Like at our local radio station, they used to have 4 or 5 reporters, and we're a small town. I mean, 60,000 people, but they used to have like 2 or 3 people or even 4 people just covering the sports at the radio station. And the local paper used to have a ton of reporters. And now, I mean, the internet's a fantastic thing, but then you lose that local touch. And you don't have that. You've got these big corporate papers that just cover regional areas, but rarely do that. You don't get that in-depth reporting. Like there's one person in town who runs a blog, and it's incredible. She does a better job than the professional. Well, she's a professional, but she's on her own basically doing a newspaper, and she's at all the public meetings, covering everything, all the human interest stories, and so you lose that local flavor, which is tough. Yep. So then, so you've been doing this for a few years, and what's what's your favorite thing to talk about on the podcast? I know you've been covering the Star Trek shows, and I was on a few weeks ago, which was a lot of fun, covering the Naked Time.
Yeah,
it's great. But
thanks for coming on. That was a blast. That's our most watched episode so far.
oh, not because of me.
Excellent.
It's got to be because nothing else has changed except for you. So
Wow.
All right, well, I'll take the
You
credit.
are a superstar. I've always tried to
Yeah.
tell them that.
I'm a legend in my own mind. Yeah. So what you just what your hobbies and stuff, you just decided to, hey, like probably like me and Clobbering Times. Well, Clobbering Times was doing you were on Blog Talk Radio and then you moved to YouTube, but
Back in 20, yeah. Mhm.
well, the idea for the channel came when I was working at a bank, and all the Marvel movies were coming out, and I wasn't really a big Marvel guy, and I had a couple of customers who were heavy into the comics, and I would always end up asking them, what does this mean at the end of the movie where this happens in the post-credit scene, and then they would go on for a half an hour. Well, in this edition, this and so that's basically what the title is it started out as the geek who would be a guest who would talk to me, the I, and I would learn.
You're not the geek.
I'm not the geek. I'm the I.
Ah, okay.
There we go. So you're not the king, you're the I. Yep.
Yes.
No, it's a great name for a podcast.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's where I stole it from.
That's awesome. Yeah.
You're not Yul Brenner then.
I have his haircut.
Good. It's only matters with Yul Brenner's haircut.
And Fanty is saying, yeah, we got so many views because they went on. I think it was literally naked time. I don't know how that search algorithm would work. Yeah, but you don't want to see me naked. Yeah, no. But yeah, they thought it was one of those hot yoga videos, which I can't stand when those show up on my feed. Yeah, so you're trying to
that's actually the title that I used on the audio version on like Spotify and Apple was It's Naked Time on the Geek and I, and it's also one of the most downloaded ones that we've ever had too. So I don't know. I need to find more titles like that.
Yeah. Well, one of my videos, I do a lot of mashup videos or spoof, taking humorous clips from shows. So I did, let's see, let me pull this one up. And one of my most watched views, of course, shorts you always get much, ton more views. But let's see, where's my gonna find this Voyager. See, I got Discovery in my mind.
That's terrible. Quote. That's a horrible thing to have on your mind.
Yeah, but here's hey Brogo. Here's I don't know why this video got so many views.
I can't say that I like this town very much.
No.
On the other hand,
yep.
Now, what episode was that? Because I don't remember that one.
It was the one with the Ferengi. What was that? Voyager, the only time they really had Ferengi, just about.
Yeah, because remember they had left. That was when they were on. They got. It was
a sequel to a TNG episode. Yeah, the title I forget. We reviewed it last year. Not well. Yeah, it was like season 3.
It is. What the heck is that called?
Is that the sequel to the one where they go through the wormhole and get stuck on the other side?
Yes, secret to a TNG episode. Yeah, this Ferengi get lost on the other side of the Delta Quadrant. I'm just the title of the Voyager episode eludes me at the moment, which we reviewed not too long ago. So
that's funny because when that episode aired, my friend Martin, who's also on Federation Friday, we would call each other after certain episodes and talk about it. And we actually wrote an episode where Voyager meets those Ferengi, and we called it Ferengi That Would Be King. And they had set themselves up as the rulers of this planet because, they had the
That's
space.
basically what they did. That's basically what they did.
They were listening in on you then.
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised.
Have you seen this episode we're talking about?
I would have remembered.
I'll dig up the title. What if?
I'm looking at that fair. I think it's fair. Was it Fair Trade? Was it Fair Trade?
When it's not like original track of bad with titles sometimes. Good titles one was real trash.
No, it wasn't fair. Oh,
Usually
False Prophets.
False Prophet. That's it. Yeah, it was probably second or third season.
Season 3, episode 5.
Okay, there you go.
Episode 47 overall.
There you go. Well, they ripped you up, dude.
Yeah, I think we were talking to each other on the phone
Party line
halfway through season 1 because that's the only season I watched of Voyager.
This was season 3, but yeah. But the TNG episode, and I can't even remember if they used the same actors or not. Probably didn't, but it was the same characters. These Ferengi got caught and got sent to the Delta Quadrant by accident at the end of it. So,
and that made perfect sense too. Like, you'd love having that follow up. Like what happened?
It was an interesting idea that apparently Geek and I had way before they did, and it was, but seriously, the concept was pretty interesting. The episode was it was okay. It was kind of it was amusing. I'm not a big Ferengi guy, but
and wasn't that the first? Was Armin Shimmerman the first? Was that his first time as a Ferengi?
No, this was way before, way after DS9. He did play one of the first Ferengis on TNG.
Right, that's what I mean. Was that his first appearance?
Oh no! This was, I think he played a Ferengi in the first episode where the Ferengi first appeared. The last,
where they're like monkeys jumping around.
Yeah, the last outpost was
last outpost. Yeah,
I think he was on that one, but he was on an earlier one than that one year. Yeah.
Yeah, because he claimed to be the first Ferengi, and he wasn't the first Ferengi.
I think what he meant was he played one of the first episodes.
Yeah, he did play one of the first ones. Yeah, so
Quark wasn't. So in other words, he got accused of saying like Quark was the first Ferengi, but he wasn't.
Yeah. Yeah, here's the so here's the first geeks love to argue about this kind of stuff. Yep. And hey, Steve Mitchum is here, and he says he'll be here if he can get ready to sleep. We'll put Echo on. And,
yeah, bud.
Maybe that'll work.
Don't put it. Not torture his daughter with that. Yeah, the last outpost was the first time the Ferengi monkeys showed up.
Yeah, they were really horribly written in that first episode. Yeah, so Armin Shimmerman played Letek.
Yeah.
Yeah. And these were the first, but he wasn't on that. I think that was the first Ferengi to appear. But remember when they were jumping around on the planet and
yeah, they were awful.
They were at the whips or whatever.
A little bit better in the battle, which was not too long after this.
Yeah,
which was a decent episode.
And then they finally course corrected on Deep Space Nine. That's when they really got the characters.
They added something. They made them a little bit
more
deeper characterization. They went overboard with Ferengi on that show, in my opinion. But yeah. Good actor, and he was at the same time he was playing Quark. He was playing Principal Skinner on Buffy.
But yeah, so have you watched a ton of Star Trek then, Geek and I, or just
mostly Next Gen? That's where
mostly Next Gen.
Yeah, growing up, I was a Star Wars kid, and during the empty years, I call them, between Jedi and the prequels, I became a Star Trek watcher because of, I mean, number one was Star Trek 2. That was one of the greatest movies I've ever seen, and saw it on home video. Actually, I didn't go to see it in the theaters, and once Next Gen came around, then I struggled through the first 2 seasons, and then once the end of season 3 hit, that's when I was just like, "This is awesome," and I was there every week.
Must watch TV, right? Yeah. The first 2 seasons are pretty rough for a lot of the episodes.
Yeah, good one here and there, but they were very consistent.
Question. Encounter in Farpoint was excellent. I remember watching that in my dorm room on a 13-inch color TV, getting those rabbit ears to work. If you youngins know what a rabbit ears are, and one point actually we got an antenna on the roof, and some kids were able to hook up to I went to a Catholic school, so they had a priest living on every floor, and they had like an antenna on the roof. I think they asked him, like, can we hook up to the antenna to watch football or whatever? But the struggle was real. But I remember we really did like that Encounter at Farpoint. We weren't so enamored with the skinny, bald, old looking captain for us,
No,
as an 18-year-old. But eventually and then I think what was the last episode of the first season where they had the
conspiracy.
The conspiracy. I really loved that.
That was a good one.
So when I watched that, I'm like, I think this show has a chance.
We thought, that's pretty good. Let's go from there. See what's going to happen. Then season 2, there was a writer's strike, and there was a lot of things went nutty, but yeah, some good ones.
Those rabbiters, yep. If you do HD TV,
that conspiracy episode was I thought that's where they were going in Picard season 3, was those little aliens.
Yeah,
that's right. Weren't they the same? Or they weren't the same. Oh no, they were the shapeshifters, right? In season 3.
It turned out to be shapeshifters and Borg, which was unimaginative filth, like the whole crap. Yeah, so it's a shit. But I would have actually, as bad as that show is, would have given him some points for doing something different and making it those beings from conspiracy, and they didn't.
That would have been cool. Yeah,
I would have been.
Really cool.
Even I would have given them credit, and they just went the easy way. So. Yeah.
But here's false prophet here. False prophets. So here's that's they don't have any pictures. So why don't they have any pictures of that episode? But so season 3, episode 5. Yep. Joe Monosky, story by George.
It was kind of a funny one.
Yeah, that was a serviceable, fun episode of Voyager, I thought. I mean, overall, I had fun watching Voyager. I'm more of a TOS, as you guys know, more of a TOS fan, and grew up watching that over and over on Channel 11 on WPIX in New York, and back in high school or back in the day, it was on every night at midnight on Channel 11. So I think I would watch Star Trek, at least 5 or 6 times a week. And it was on over the weekends too. So it was just, midnight. And it was a random episode, and which I kind of like too. Like I wish Netflix had a random
appointment,
randomizer or something. There's something about it. Like, you can put a random episode on, and like Antiderivative Jill, as a real geek, she has a random number generator. She just picks a number from 1 to 79, and that's the episode she's gonna watch. Something about watching those random episodes. So I watch those, TOSs over and over, and then of course TNG, I watched it every week. Wouldn't that miss that either. But you're right, Geek and I. Those first 2 seasons were mostly a slog. What was the one where they went to the planet with all the stereotypes? We'll be careful with our language, but what was that one called? You're better on the names, Clever and Tense.
Wait, you're talking about Code of Honor?
Code of Honor, right?
Yeah.
Wow, that stereotype. Yeah, they're supposed to be lizards, and then
yeah.
Yeah, it was not well loved, was it? Let's see, Claudia.
Yeah. Yeah, so why are you punishing us by making us watch the 5 Voyager episodes for this week's Saturday Night Star Trek? Oh no, it's a 2-parter this
week. No,
we're
not doing 5. We're doing 4.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Doing 4. Yeah.
No, I mean 4 is punishment enough. No, we're not doing the equivalent of 5 because of a 2. No. In fact, the equivalent of really 3 quote unquote stories, because you got the 2 episodes, then 2 parts. No, I don't know where you get the equivalent of 5.
Well, because maybe you thought if you did, didn't you say you had to go back and fix your poster?
I fixed.
It was up for the show. You fixed it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we got the last 2 we do next that we're going to be doing next week is the 2-parter, the Dark Frontier. Dark Frontier.
Yep.
Hey, don't blame me for how bad that show is. Blame Rick Berman. Rick Berman.
But I do, I gotta say, watching Voyager when it came out, it's always like different when we're on YouTube and reviewing something or watching something to review. I gotta say, a lot of times I would just not pay, you don't pay much attention to the show, or 7 of 9 is distracting you. I don't know if Geek and I has heard me tell this story before, but of course I would, plop down and watch Voyager, and then my wife comes home and she sees Jerry Ryan in the silver cat suit. She's like, "What are you watching?" is that what's on the TV? What's that girl wearing? I'm like, those are her implants, her Borg implants. She's looking at me like she's the frown, like I'm like, it's Star Trek. But it was ridiculous the get up that they put. I do like the character Seven for the most part, but I can see why Janeway, Catherine Mulgrew was there was some friction there because she basically became the star of the show at some points, you could argue, and that outfit was just that wouldn't, I'm guessing that wouldn't fly today, but that was that was ridiculous. But have you watched all of Star Trek, Geek, or just mostly TNG, and then you're catching up to TOS now, or did you watch Voyager through? Or
no, I quit Voyager. I did enjoy Deep Space Nine. To me, that once they went serialized and the war kind of bled into each episode, that's when it really grabbed me, kind of like the way Babylon 5 did.
Okay.
Great show, Babylon, huh?
But I've never seen, and I mention it every week on the show. It's like, I don't think I've watched full episodes of original Trek at all.
That's amazing. Yep. I kind of envy you in a way, because then I can go watch it for the first time again, have that first time experience. Yeah.
Well, let me tell you, we're on episode 6 or 7 now, and it until the last 2, it's been rough.
I can't even relate to that statement.
It's
can't even relate
rough.
to that. I don't know if I'm on the same planet with that statement. I don't get it at all.
We just did Mud's Women, and it took about 30 minutes to kick in, and then once it did, I was like, wow, this is a great character, a great episode. This was really good.
Yeah, Mud had just Roger C. Carmel. Yeah, he's cool.
Harcourt Fenton, Mud, but that's the next.
By the way, thanks, Gwag. I fixed it now, I think.
They should have gone with the captain.
I know I forgot to change it.
Oh, you did forget to change it, so thank you.
Well, I changed it in the show. Was it on YouTube? It hasn't fixed yet. Damn it!
It takes a few. You got to refresh the browser. Yeah. Wait, yeah.
No, I did change it though.
Yeah.
Dang it!
You got to refresh the browser. Yeah.
So yeah, Mud's Women though. Yeah, it's not
Where
one,
you going?
Not one of my favorites, but I like it.
Are you going prod order or broadcast order?
Oh, please don't start this. Because I think we had a half an hour discussion in the, I don't know, it was like the 3rd episode, trying to figure out what number we were on, and by the time I had the calculator and it's like looking through the books, I'm like, you know what, I don't care. This is what they're coming up on the. On Paramount.
You might like this clip. Cover your ears.
Get those nerds! Nerds! What?
If either of you tell on me, I will call you both liars from hell. Raquel, I mean. But prod order does not matter with the original series. Some shows, yes.
It just doesn't matter.
No, but look, it doesn't matter. I mean, I like it. I'll watch it in private order if I have to, but man, it's so screwed up on the well, I don't know which venue you're watching it, but either way, whether it was on Netflix before or on Paramount or wherever, the order it's in the air date order, and this show has no continuity.
And hail to Joe's atmosphere.
But if any of you out there say that I said that, I'll tell Raquel they're making it up. I didn't say that. Because she says that there is, like, if you've watched it 10 million times, then yes, you can see. You have to really look close and read about production stuff to see that. Yes, you could tell how they were kind of filmed out of order a little bit in terms of some of the stuff. Very, very, very subtle things with the characters and stuff. But as far as the story is concerned, it's not that big of a deal. You're all lying if you tell on me.
Yeah, I got a clip. Don't you clip that?
Don't you dare, man! I'm in trouble.
She's in order.
You're out of order.
I noticed like Bones is in one of them, and then he's gone for the next episode, and then he's back again. And
yeah, he wasn't in the only one other than the first pilot and the second pilot. The only one he wasn't in was Errand of Mercy. So, which we never really figured out why. But
He probably had something to do or some event to do or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Something in a personal life, or George Takei was away filming Green Berets for part of the third season.
Because Prod order, air date orders all screwed right. That's true. Yeah, Takei was doing that, but it's just a mess.
Classic comics.
Hey, classic comics.
I mean, you can see where it was fun to do it in that Prod order for your review show, Saturday Night Star Trek.
Yeah, we did it that way, but I said it in mind.
You can see like little development. You're right.
Spot does change a little bit.
Yeah, you could see slight, development, like they call Vulcans or Vulcanians in the beginning, but you can see small stuff.
But you really got to be looking hard. If you're just watching, like Geeks, you were saying, it's the first time you've seen it, whatever. If you're just watching it to watch the show, to see what the show's like, to the experience, to see you like it or not, you don't really need the Prod order.
Yeah. You don't really need that, yeah. But it's a fun exercise.
I'm going to hell.
You're going to hell, yeah. If I do that clip, yeah.
You play that for her, I'm dead. I'm a dead man.
You're dead, man. Yeah, because we might do some. I asked Raquel to watch one of my favorite episodes of Outer Limits, which I haven't watched in years and years. The new Outer Limits, which had some fantastic stories, and Harlan Ellison wrote for that.
Old one's better.
Richard Matt. Old one's better, but there's new one.
I'm just busting you.
You're messing with me, yeah. But the joke was in our little clubhouse chat. I said, because we got to get Raquel a new comic because she won't read a digital comic. So we said, well, why don't we do like random one-off episodes? And there's 152 episodes of The Outer Limits. I think this episode is in season 4 or 5. She's like, well, don't you want to do them in order? How many times I were laughing. Now Raquel's listening. We love you, Raquel. But I mean, I would actually like to cover.
This is going to be torture for her, dude.
Yeah, but she likes me so much. She said that she would watch it out of order. So
it's abuse, man.
Yeah,
it's an OCD thing, I guess, right?
Oh yeah. Oh, and yes, Polysman. Yep, I will definitely put her address in. Let me confirm it with Raquel, make sure it's the right address, and then I'll do that right now during the show.
Polymy's art is wonderful, beautiful stuff.
Yeah,
you got the picture.
I do have the picture. Yeah, let me show the picture again. Yep,
she made a great one for me. I don't have the picture here, but
let me pull that over. Yeah,
the Hulk thing she did with me for me, which is beautiful.
If I click, how do I do a new tab? Let's see, right click.
I thought you had it sitting there.
Well, yeah, I opened the web browser, from the Discordies. Here, let's show it. Yep.
It's amazing.
This is some beautiful work by AM.
For those who don't know, tell them what it was made with.
This is all individual beads, which is an incredible amount of work. I'll zoom in a little bit. So if I zoom in, and this thing is big too. So if you keep going closer, you can see the bead. But is this going to be like 4 feet tall? It looks like, or something really, really massively huge, which is very cool.
I think my wife wants to start doing those.
Oh, really? The bead things? Yeah.
Is it like bead by numbers or something like that?
Yep.
I think yes.
I'm guessing. Yeah.
She did one for me a couple years back. It's the thing and the Hulk fighting and stuff, and it's just amazing. Big picture too.
Yeah.
Her birthday's coming up. I should get her that one to do for her birthday.
She has one of those kits or what?
No, she wants to try it.
Oh, I got you. I guess they're like kits or something, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is a lot of hours of work, and I guess do you glue it as you? I asked this question before, but I think do you glue it as you go? And I started doing a Wonder Woman one with my niece, where you iron it and you melt it, but then we banged into it. Excuse me, and all the beads went flying. I was like, no. So I wonder if you should iron it like halfway or something.
I don't know. Good question. I don't know how it works, but Outer Limits.
She'll tell us, I think.
Yeah, that Luna Demoy's in that one, Fancy, that episode of Old Outer Limits. Demon with the Glass Hands, the greatest one, I thought, by Ellison.
Yeah, no, some great original episodes. But that 4x3, wow, that's huge. Yeah, Everyone's saying how great this is. Yep, yep.
Very nice, Apollo.
Lisa says stunning. Courtney says, "Wow,
Beautiful work.
Incredible work there."
Yes.
And 4x3. Yep. And we'll leave this beautiful comment up. And I'm emailing Raquel right now, just confirming her address here before I just want to make sure I get you the right address. So, because I think it goes, which is good about Canada. You can, like here, you have to get a separate post office box if you want to be anonymous to receive stuff. But up in Canada land, you can actually have stuff sent to the post office. I think their mail goes to the post office, then you pick it up. But feel free to correct me anyway in the chat if I'm saying that wrong. But that's what it sounds like from her explanation. So let's see here. Let me get Raquel here. Yeah. So with that first season of Star Trek, you're right. Yeah, you don't need to go in order to watch it. But there's some fun little things with the first episode that was aired, The Man Trap, is really not that good of an episode, but I think they wanted that Monster of the Week episode to air first. So
yeah, I know she loves that episode. That's one episode I don't like. I mean, there's not many in the first or second seasons that I don't like, but that's one. But I don't care much for. But still, and it was a mistake to do that one first. Roddenberry didn't want him to do it first, even.
Yeah, but they wanted that. That monster to.
So that's the thing about Prod Order that I understand. I mean, that was so later. It was filmed like, not near the first one. So yeah. Yeah,
I mean, but I could see where they would think that would be, be more exciting, I guess, right?
And then Roddenberry went along. She said his father went around to the neighborhood telling everyone, "Hey, my son's show is coming on." And then his father, after the episode there, he went around apologizing to all the neighbors.
That wasn't that bad. I mean,
Roddenberry told that story though.
Hysterical.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think it was
the plot.
No,
the story was sound enough. There was some really bad. I don't know if the performances, some of the direction, and some of the acting was not good in it. And I love them all. And
yeah.
But some of the acting in that last scene with the salt vampire was not good. The story's interesting. I mean, it's not a bad science fiction story at all. It's a good science fiction story.
Yeah.
But the network just picked it because it had a monster in it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was so Geekery. Did you do? You must have done. Did you do the Salt Vampire one yet?
Yeah, that was the
first
and second.
Yeah, it was first aired. Yeah.
So what did you guys think of that one? Just curious. Yeah, I haven't watched the show, unfortunately.
Yeah, to me it was okay.
Yeah.
I got more of a kick out of the way Kirk and Bones were going at it over the girl.
Yeah. Plum.
Yeah, that was interesting. Yeah. And then
Nancy Crater. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then you haven't aged today, Bones. Well, yeah.
She's a handsome woman, Bones, but I wouldn't say she hasn't aged. So.
Right, and then doesn't the red shirt see her as like an old lady or something? Or
he sees her as a different chick altogether that he met on Wrigley's Predator Planet, as he said it.
But one person sees her as an older. Who is it? Kirk sees her older, I think.
Kirk sees her as her pretty much how she is, to older, how she normally would be. Bones sees her as he did when he remembered her. The other dude saw her, some chick he ran into on Wrigley's Pleasure Planet, which is where they make Wrigley's Spirit Gum, I guess. Wrigley's Chewing Gum. Wrigley's Field. I don't know if you're there. It's on there. And not one of my faves. And I'm very I'm very forgiving of it. Even episodes that have flaws. But again, in all seriousness, the story is good. It's a good idea, and there's a lot of good character moments in it. But it's not on the level of some of the other earlier ones,
Yeah. But it's not a bad.
No.
A bad.
Roddenberry's father overreacted.
Yeah. It wasn't.
They all said, "You made us watch that with that stupid monster. What the hell?"
Salt
vampire. He looks silly. That monster. I'm sure they didn't talk like that.
But
yeah.
yeah. But yeah, I wish I could watch that. You know, of course, you know, you get all the enjoyment from watching different shows, but sometimes, you know, that's why Red Dwarf was so much fun to watch.
Because it was kind of like
you
your
know,
first time to see those, right?
yeah, I mean, I've seen a few of them off and on, and you know, I guess it didn't grab me, or it didn't, you know, didn't
Happened to
have
me
to
too. Yeah.
go crazy to watch it, or and now, of course, with streaming, though, I mean, it's so damn easy to you know, watch things in order too. I mean, the old days, as a joke, the struggle was real. Yeah, but you know, VHS tapes that your sister would erase so she could watch her 90210 episodes.
You can remove the tab though. You could tear that tab off of the thing, and they can't
Yeah,
record over it unless they put a piece of tape over it.
Piece of tape over it. They put a piece of tape.
But they didn't know that.
They knew that eventually. Yeah. No, the problem was you'd have the tape in the machine set to record all your TNG episodes.
Yes,
'cause that's what I was recording back then. TNG. And then, of course, the Batman animated series, I was recording that off of Fox 5. And
yep. Oh yeah.
and then I my sister's got all her stuff. Then she'd, you know, come home and just press record or whatever, or like rewind the tape and press, you know, like, that's my tape. You don't record on my tape. You erased all my Star Trek episodes. Or, you know, this doesn't matter now, of course, with the advent of streaming, but I had some really cool music video tapes I had made. You know, of course, now you can get anything you wanted to drop, but I had, you know, some old video performances. I still remember that tape, and it got erased.
Yeah.
I was like so mad. Like, I had Ozzy on there, and, you know, Black Sabbath, and a couple other, you know, on old British shows that somehow got played. But God.
Well, you know what Geek was saying earlier. Geek I did the same thing back during when TNG was out in the air. After every Sunday night after the new episode would air, I was on the phone with a friend of mine, and we were just, you know, going nuts about, you know, talking about what happened, either bitching about it, criticizing the hell out of it, or sometimes going, oh, that was actually pretty, you know. But either way, on the phone right after it was over, talking to a friend about it.
No, well, when was it on for you?
1987 was when of course it made its debut. So
like, I mean like the, you know, day and time.
Sunday nights. We got it on every Sunday night. It was syndicated, you know, as you know. So
yeah, we had it at 7 o'clock on Saturday.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Sunday nights now, but I could be misremember. I think it was Sunday, but it might have been Saturday nights. But I don't know why I want to say it was Sunday night. But either way, everybody, and from what I understand, since it was syndicated, most people had it at different times. You know, like they didn't air the same time for everybody on the same day, I don't think. So it might have been Saturdays. I mean, I'm very old. I'm get senile and I forget stuff. But it seemed like it was Sunday nights. But either way, we were on the phone when it was over, and, you know, going on about it. So talking about
you can look it up in the old TV guides. I've done that before to see, you know.
Well, he's got that friend I'm talking about, by the way, has I told you about
TV guides,
got,
right?
The one I was telling you has every TV guide from like 1960 something. He bought them just from buying them. He didn't go out and buy them, you know, and keeping them and never throwing them away.
Yeah.
So got up until the end of the 90s and whatever they stopped making TV guides.
Yeah, because they don't print those anymore, obviously, right? When did they stop that? Like 10 years ago now, or?
Oh, I don't know, but he bought them up at least for a while. And of course, remember the old format of it was a very small little Reader's Digest sized little booklet thingy, and used to love that damn thing, man. We get it every week and just, you know, see what's coming on.
Yeah, because
I think I got a box full of them with like the different covers that
great covers. Great covers sometimes. Yeah. Yeah. Well, there's Paul Chato is a pretty cool dude. He has a YouTube channel that he goes on with Tom sometimes, and those guys. He goes on Tom and Andre's show at the daytime. About a year ago, he was doing this series of videos that was pretty cool about because he used to have, as you know, you may or may not remember the fall preview each year of the TV guide, and it would list all of the upcoming new shows that were going to be making their debut in the fall. And he would read. He used to be a TV executive, so he did reviews where he would talk about, you know, like he said, so a video would be maybe an 8-10 minute video about, for example, fall preview, TV guide fall preview 1975. He did like the early 70s up until the 80s. He did a series of videos, And it was a lot of fun. He would read, about the different shows, and he would talk about them. And when he would talk about one, he would read the synopsis, and he would say sample episode. He would say what happened in the show, and of course he's a very funny dude. So I enjoyed that. It was a blast from the past from those old, because we get that preview issue every year and go, oh, let's see the new shows. All right. And we'd sit there and go, that's not going to make it. That looks weird. That might, that's going to get canceled.
Yeah, that's a trivia question. The first issue, 1953, Desi Arnaz Jr. on the cover. Yep. Lucy.
Wow.
And that was probably the number one show, right?
Oh, yes.
I'm guessing at the time.
I would have to say probably.
Look at the icon. The logo changed.
Not much, though, huh?
Not much, but yeah. But you see that, not now. My kids won't. I don't think we ever got TV. I mean, I would buy like Geek was saying, if there was a Star Trek issue or something you really liked on the cover, sometimes I'd buy that in the grocery store if you saw it, and it was interesting to read. I mean, there was good stuff going on. Plus, they had all the ads for the shows. So before the internet. So when was the last? When was the last one? Let's see. They must tell you on the top here, this article, when the last.
I just did a Google search, and there's TV guides that have Picard on it.
A lot of. Trek made a lot of covers. Yeah, you're right. There you go. I'm looking at it now.
Wait a minute. Where was the last one?
They have a later one that has the new Picard show on there. I know they had TV guides that early. It was that late. They still do them or something? Is that a joke? They still make TV guide?
Oh, they do have TV guide, but I think it's just a website.
Okay, well, there's one with old from the new garbage show.
Oh, thank you for the link. Yep.
Yeah, thanks for the link. That's pretty cool. I love that old man. I love those old Bob Peak covers, or the one with the original series cover I'm looking at right now. Holy shit.
They're the big time collector's items now. Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. The painted covers were the great ones, man. And the Jack Davis covers. They had they had a lot of cool covers, man. Max Redstone was a man. He was a big man. With an eye like an eagle and as tall as a mountain was he. And by the way, Max, I'm not using the word was as in to imply anything.
And hail to Max. Yep.
Hey, buddy. Hey, man.
But yeah, a ton of Star Trek. Yeah, this one was Scotty. I wish I had this one.
Oh yeah. Oh man. Wow.
Star Trek turns 30. God.
1996.
35 years. Yeah, so if I saw that in the store, yeah. Oh, I remember they did this. Yeah, for 35 years.
They probably did all of them.
I think I might have these. One
they
of the
got
7 original.
Archer and DePaul too.
Yeah. Let's see.
But that's like is that a regular issue though? Yeah, look. So the guy who took that picture, it has his mail information.
Yeah, K Little. Yeah.
Yes. That's pretty cool.
Fantastic Voyager. Revealing look at TV's most promising and most risky Star Trek yet. That's a great premise for a series, I think. I do love that Voyager premise.
Do you know? It's kind of a gimmick.
I do.
Lost in space. It's lost in space, really. But
it is lost in space, but that's a great idea. Yeah, but they didn't play up enough of the lost part.
No, because they kept going in circles.
Yeah, and hail to Brian Hepburn. Yeah, they didn't.
Brian, buddy.
They didn't do enough of the ship falling apart or breaking or out of components, and they go through like 2 or 3 shuttlecraft each week.
We're the 5th season now. They must have gone through 20 shuttles already. Yeah. Destroyed 20 shuttles, crashed them, gave 2 of them away last week.
Well, yeah, last week, yeah, they lost 2 more shuttlecraft, and they don't explain that they can build. I mean, they did build that Delta Flyer,
Delta Flyer, they can build them. But
if they explained it, they should have explained it like, just all they had to do was add in we've had to create a
industrial street replicators do exist on Deep Space Nine. They established them,
but they should have said
big. Those are big though.
But they should have shown in the hangar here we've created a shuttlecraft fabrication. Because don't you need
which would make some sense? Yes, but
yeah, because we're stuck out in space, so
yeah.
If you watch, I know you watched the original Lost in Space or the new Lost in Space, which I didn't but they did at least have these really cool industrial 3D printers that could replicate tools and components that they
Sure. Well,
needed.
yeah. Voyager has that, but I mean,
They never explain it.
They never explain it, and like you said, and again, if they had the industrial strength replicators and necessary to make shuttlecrafts, say it. But again, they just when he makes the Delta Flyer, I guess that's when they say it, but they never said it before.
Yeah, they should have something, and then they only had 38 photon torpedoes. These are the geeky things that us we argue about, or joke about.
Constantly make photon torpedoes, but yeah,
but they should explain it because you need matter, antimatter. You need dilithium crystals, I guess, or it's like in Discovery where they had that plot thread where all the warp crystals got destroyed, and they said no one can go faster than warp drive, but they never watched the original series.
Of course they didn't. It was Discovery
where Romulans used the black hole singularity to travel faster than light, which is a totally geek thing. But if you're running the Star Trek show, you should know that there's other ways you can go faster than light. In the Star Trek universe, I mean, it's a classic geeky thing. But you're watching the show, you're like, so just use the Romulans method to go faster than warp speed. Don't use dilithium crystals.
The singularity thing, like using a black hole thingy.
Yeah, that's what the
I love that cover right there. Bob Peake.
What year was that?
Bob Peake was a brilliant artist, man. He was
15 cents. Oh, here, Trek Guides with illustrated both of things.
I don't know what year it was.
Well, it must be. Is it before the series started? I wonder if it's.
This was around. It says 1966.
It's November, yeah. It's a classic. Wow. Oh, I think I have this one. Yeah, I must have bought a bunch of these when the 35 years came out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Worf is such a great character. Yeah, this is a classic cover. Yeah.
Yes. Nice.
It's a great
You like Worf, huh? I had a buddy of mine called him the Klingon teddy bear.
Yeah.
He wasn't a Worf dude.
I like Worf
him. I like him.
Yeah,
I'm saying my friend hated him. What can you do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Klingons do not allow themselves to be probed.
Got the best lines.
I protest. I am not a merry man.
Who's your favorite TNG character, Geek?
They kind of all work together, but I would say probably Worf and Data when he became less robotic.
Mm-hmm. Later on in the series, probably, right?
Yeah.
They really did a great job fleshing Worf's character out over time.
Data's always one of my favorite.
Yeah,
I think Data's my favorite because he's Quester. For those who don't know, Roddenberry created a pilot in the mid '70s where he tried to make a new TV series called The Quester Tapes about this alien, very similar to the failed pilot of the original series called Assignment Earth with Gary Seven. In this case, though, the aliens that had been guiding Earth through its bad periods were using an android to do it each time, and one would die off, and they would make another one. In this case, something went wrong, and the android existed, was created, but he didn't have its programming was messed up because his creator had been one of his liaison on Earth had died or something. But anyway, it was with Robert Foxworth and Mike Farrell. This is a TV pilot. If you've never seen the Quester tapes, it's really good. And a lot of the things he was going to do with Quester, he was not able to do when he created TNG and he created Data. I mean, in fact, the very first, was it The Naked Now, the first time Data, and some other episodes early on, they're flat out taking stuff from the Quester tapes. So Data is Quester, Pinocchio, basically.
Yep. But they really did a nice job. He's one of my favorites on the show too, I have to say. And Riker's character, they all evolved into much better characters, but Worf maybe wouldn't have been on the show as much if Denise Crosby hadn't decided to leave. I guess that was a big blunder by her. Yep.
You sure?
Oh, Voyager's always complaining about having limited power for replicators, but all of a sudden they have unlimited power for replicators to make new shuttles. Yeah, that's part of the problem with the writing. Yeah, because you got to be you want to be consistent, or just put a line in like, well, you just made the engines more efficient now, so we have plenty of power. Because at the beginning, it was the most ridiculous thing. They're running out of power. They can't. It's like you're a starship, and Voyager was designed to be a deep, for deep mission, deep space exploring. So, and all the nerd, technical stuff that you read. So, in Star Trek, you never have a problem with power. You only have a problem with power if something is damaged, not. So that, that never made sense. And now later on in the show, it seems like they've just dropped that whole power, issue, at least for the time being. It seems like they haven't mentioned it. Oh, and Max Redstone says toast. So I think someone is that. Oh, I tried to load that, but
what happened?
I'm out of room.
Oops.
Let me.
But anyone like any toast?
Let me take this off. Yep.
Glad we should redo that. We will. We'll review failed Roddenberry pilots.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Wester tapes, Genesis 2, Planet Earth.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people have seen those. I'm guessing.
I guess not. They used to show them regularly on TV back in the 70s and 80s.
And like a movie, that like a TV
they're out
movie.
on DVD with the limit, like the Warner Archive or something, maybe. But yeah, I have copies. But yeah.
I have them too, but I haven't watched them in a long time. Yeah. Let's get that toast clip up here.
That's right. The android that built Quester was paralyzed due to pollution. The military, instead of giving Quester the tapes that were prepared, fed in a general knowledge info. So Quester kicked Fanty in the just kidding. Getting information that the aliens wanted him to have. Thank you, Quanty. Larry.
And here we go.
Would you like some toast? Some nice hot crisp brown buttered toast.
So for those of you who don't watch Red Dwarf, that toaster's only on for a few episodes, and he was actually on the episode tonight in the 12th season. He's in the trash compactor, and they bring him back.
They brought him back again. Yeah, I love Talkie Toaster.
So it's a toaster that it's plugged. When you plug it in and turn it on, it just annoys you all day, asking if you'd like some toast.
You gotta get that the white hole scene from it. That's the best.
I'll have to clip that one.
Well, they would like any toast.
I would love some toast.
Nice crummy toast.
But that's one of those things, like if you watch a show, then you get into the inside.
I've watched it so many times. Those early episodes. Yeah. I don't want any toast. He doesn't want any toast. In fact, nobody here wants any toast. Not now. Not ever. No toast. Oh, so how about a waffle? How about a pancake? And he started naming all this crap he didn't want. And then, so you're a waffle man.
Right.
Yeah.
But those are those inside jokes that, that's a pretty obscure one, Talkie Toaster. Yep. And hail to Larry. Great to see you, Larry. And Sanli, Crusher was, she was cute. Yep. And she was a good character. And then she was gone, the second season they knocked her off, or was it?
Yes.
Season 2.
Dr. Pulaski. I kind of like Pulaski. She was a spicy thing, and kind of like they were going from like a McCoy bit, I guess someone thought. And Dinah Muldaur was actually a fan of Trek, but they didn't like her because she wasn't as agreeable and she was kind of testy and stuff. So, but still, what's her name was cute with that red hair.
But she was on the original series too. Was
twice,
right? On Medusa. What was the Medusa episode?
Return to Tomorrow, and then Is There in Truth No Beauty?
Yeah.
So it's a great opportunity with Pulaski's character in that second season, because she didn't like going through the transporter, just like Bones didn't go through.
Right.
And then there's that one where she has to go through. They force her to go through the transporter. So again, this is my friend Martin and I talking about the show. We would have had her up until that episode in old makeup, stippling and just making her look older than she really is, and have her transporter buffer record be a younger Pulaski. And when she goes through, she comes out younger. I don't know if that would have done anything for the series, or if people would have freaked out to know that you can You can
Yeah,
go
that's
back in
interesting
time and
episode.
become younger.
That's
yeah, I
pretty
see
cool.
what you're saying. I mean, they got all kind of other crazy stuff that can happen for transporter accidents. So, yeah. So, no, I see what you mean. Because they made kind of some mistakes when you start using the transporter buffer as a crutch to heal people. Then every time something else happens, you go, well, why didn't they just put them in a transporter? Oh, it's always going to be that question. Why didn't you do that this time like you did in that other episode where you just put them to the transporter? So kind of messes things up. But when there's a transporter accident, though,
Yeah, like you said, yeah.
like an
That
enemy
makes
within, that's an absolutely crazy. I mean, I love the episode, brilliant, beautiful, extraordinary episode. So you just excuse the fact that it makes not a whole lot of sense, even in a speculative fiction context, because you just accept it because it's such a great story, and that's fine. By the way, that's you can add science, fantasy, or speculative in your speculative fiction all the time if it's a good story. But it still didn't make a lot of common sense that his evil half and his good half, which somehow become like physical constructs, can be separated like that.
Yeah, that didn't make a lot of.
But you accept
sense,
it because that's still a great episode. I love the story, so I don't mind.
Yeah.
Just like Sit on the Edge Forever. We don't know how it did it. But that's the kind of time travel I don't mind in Trek because they don't explain it. It's just some higher form of civilization that we can't even begin to understand how that is able to do it, as opposed to some of the dumb time travel accidents they happen. Which that's why time travel in Trek doesn't always work for me. But in that case, it does.
Well, I like the accidents better. Yeah,
It illustrates or the unexplained at least. Unexplained isn't as bad as contrivance.
But because if you can go back in time, we don't have Captain Infinity here, but yeah, you so many, and I got so sick of time travel in Star Trek. I was just fuming over it. And then when they, I ended up liking Enterprise much more years later on the rewatch again because you made me watch it. But when I found out about the Xindi War, I was like, oh my God, the whole basis is a time travel and preventing, Earth, Earthlings.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh God, not again.
Temporal Cold War. Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to watch this. I hate time. I'm sick to death of time travel. It's just,
in Trek, I love it in Doctor Who for obvious reasons because it belongs there. But in Trek, it doesn't. Just they use it too much, and sometimes it can still be really, really entertaining. I mean, Trek 4, silly as that is, it's still wonderfully entertaining.
Yeah.
But, and I love Naked Time, but that wasn't any time travel in that one. Something like at the very end. But then there's Tomorrow's Yesterday, which is time travel, but it was an accident.
Right.
Assignment Earth, you shouldn't do though.
Yeah.
Anytime that they, that they travel in time and purpose via a slingshot around the sun, doesn't work for me because I'm like, no, they're not. This is not a TARDIS.
Yeah, it's like all you got to do is drive towards the sun and then make a left turn.
Yeah, and by the way, what do you mean slingshot anyway? Like you push against it so far, somehow it's the slingshot effect never really made a lot of sense to me. Why would it have? Why would it have anything to do with time? That is.
Well, that's for the geeks and nerds to calculate. But,
yes, that's true.
But like you said, as long if you could do it, but they made it seem like a really risky thing, and if they're off by a couple of milliseconds, the ship's going to explode. It wasn't easy to. It didn't sound like it was. And McCoy's worried about Spock's, brain. It was all the marbles.
That's not to explain it. Yeah,
yeah, but you can kind of, if it's an accident or really difficult to do, I don't mind as much. But yeah, they had time travel in Star Trek 4. Then Generations, you had more quasi time travel, I guess I'll call it.
That was the Nexus. I mean, again, that's a crappy movie or not. They don't give you a concrete explanation. This was a inside this energy ribbon, which was weird because sometimes you can get in it, sometimes you can't. You can all they were doing, as far as I'm concerned, that was really stupid because were they really traveling in time, or were they just inside their mind going wherever they want? It was all a mind thing. That movie made no damn sense. But it was worse in First Contact when the Borg would just decided to willy-nilly go back in time to First Contact.
Yeah, because then they could just keep doing it over and over.
Let's keep doing it over and over. Yeah, Why
not just go back to caveman times?
Yes. Why go to First Contact of all time of places? Why not? Just
Well,
Whereas
that's what
again,
drove
go
me
ahead.
crazy. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I was just gonna say because then once you open up that loophole, and this is classic stuff for geeks and nerds to talk about it, but
Yeah.
that was just so infuriating to once you open up that bottle, then you can't put the genie back in, because how do you explain it? I mean, you can't unexplain it. It's
No.
like, all of a sudden Kirk and crew are back in yesterday's Enterprise, and it's just like a mission to 1968. And it is a fun episode, a cool episode.
Yeah, but it makes no sense.
Yeah, and you can't. So then you can go back at any time, and I mean, but what they should have done is not install that until
Don't
Tuesday.
tell me. Tuesday.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's
Load torpedo bays. Prepare to fire. My command.
Captain, we don't have any torpedoes.
Don't tell me. Tuesday.
That was stupid too, man.
oh my god, that was
ridiculous.
That was killing me. When
Even Shatner apologized for them. He let them kill Kirk, though. It was crap.
I didn't mind him. I mean, as much as I love the character, I didn't mind him going out that way. Then when they brought him back in the rift, and then talk about like you guys said, go back to caveman times. Then they think the Nexus, whatever it's time travel, or they can go back to why don't they just go back to when Sauron?
Why did he go back again and save his ass? I mean, like they kept going back and changing things already. Remember, Picard was about to die, and all of a sudden, he just ends up nowhere because Guinan dragged him out or something. Says, "Hey, why don't you go get this old guy to help you out, who's standing there chopping wood?" And he used to be, he's old now, but he's Kirk, so he'll help you. And then why didn't they and then it made nothing seem to be explained how any of this manifests in the real world.
Well, he had to go have that piece of toast.
Would anyone like any toast, by the way? Yeah, they had to have real toast. Yeah, so
Risk is part of the game. You want to sit in that chair.
That was one of the few good lines in the movie.
Yes, yeah, he's Ferris Bueller, wants to sit in that chair,
Cameron,
but not Cameron. But it's the thing is, sometimes I don't mind it, like in Trials and Tribulations, because it's such a wonderful episode. I mean, yeah, it's kind of lame that that the prophets have a quote unquote orb of time, but they're so all powerful anyway. Why not? And that so Kira can do that with the orb of time again. And I love the episode because it's so fun to watch, because it's a celebration of the original series, but as an anniversary back in 1996 on DS9. But I've watched it a million times. I love it. But it kind of makes no sense, because if they got an orb in time that this guy could go steal, and Kira could use it to get them back, well, man, they could use it to do anything. Yeah. I mean, on Bajor, they now have an orb of time. I'm like, well, they could do any damn thing they want with that. But the next episode, you never hear from them.
Like the Time Stone in the Marvel Universe.
Yeah.
So,
amongst other things, yeah.
Well, and Geek and it was reminding me of when you were saying earlier about watching the end of the episodes. I love telling this story because my brother-in-law went to see. When did they have? Or was it the end of Captain America? Which one had Thanos at the end? Was it
the Avengers? America? The first Avengers.
First Avengers.
First time you see Thanos. It was like Avengers.
Yeah, so I'm in the movie theater with my brother-in-law. We're watching it, and he's telling me, he's like, "Oh, cool, the Red Skull's coming back." I'm like, "No, that's Thanos." And he's arguing with me. He's like, "No, that's the Red Skull." I'm like, Dan, that's Thanos. And I'm like, Dan, on financial matters, I go to you. Who has 20,000 comic books in their basement? And he looks at me and he's like, "Okay, you win. Maybe you're right." Certain things I'll admit I'm, wrong pretty easily. I freely admit it, but
no, I can see a normie making that mistake, although it doesn't look that much like this Red Skull. But yeah, I mean, they wouldn't. That's the thing. It's normies had seen Captain America: The First Avenger, where none of them knew who Thanos was yet. I mean, let's face it.
But wasn't he right? Didn't Red Skull come back?
He was right, but don't tell him
he did come back. He was, but that was still, he was wrong that was that.
I want to take the wins when I can get them.
Yes. So he did show up, but you were still right. That was Thanos. So,
yeah, he did come back, but yeah, that was that. Yeah, and
he wasn't purple enough. but you know.
Yeah. But that was one of my fun moments.
Yes.
When you ever have arguments with you, when you can finally convince them and they see
Right.
the light,
Well, wasn't that a fun time, that like space of maybe 10-ish years where the MCU was actually fun to look forward to? Not every movie was great. There was some good ones and not so good. It was fun to look forward to the next one. That's been a while now, but it's kind of fun. Like, hey, man, I can't wait till the next one comes out. They were good times.
Those are
Almost
good times.
About a decade-ish of good times where, it was kind of fun.
Yeah,
then,
I mean, I just love those.
Then it went away.
Movies. I love those movies. Yeah, they haven't had a hit in a long time. I mean, I guess you call Spider-Man a No Way Home, I guess, but that's partly Sony too. I guess
it made a lot
Sony
of money, but I didn't like it much.
Big chunk.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it, but it was a member enjoyment. But it was a fun time at the movie theater. Yeah, they could have, wasn't as thrilling as Avengers: Infinity War or Captain. Of course, you're comparing to the best. Captain America.
Oh yeah.
Winter Soldier is just so
Winter
phenomenal.
Soldier, greatness.
And I mean, the excitement of seeing Iron Man. Then the first Hulk movie was good too. I enjoyed that one. But Iron Man, and then that first. I mean, I guess when it's not MCU, but seeing the Amazing Spider-Man when that came out in the movie theater, people were going ballistic. It's a Sony movie, but I'm trying to think of good.
You mean the first Spidey movie?
The first Spidey movie.
Oh yeah, it was but no one had seen anything like that at that time.
Yeah,
I was skeptical. I'm like, how are they going to make him look like Spider-Man swinging around like that? And Raimi pulled it off, whether you like that movie or not. I was seeing for the first time Spider-Man moving around like Spider-Man does.
Yeah,
and that was, it was pretty big.
That was great stuff. Yeah, God, that was
Captain,
good.
let's his hair down. Yes, I'm bald. Don't make fun of me, TV guy. Make it so.
Well, I'm not going there either. So,
Ash, Captain, but I'm not the captain.
They haven't cured baldness yet in this century. Well,
they might have. They just decided to be that way.
No, our century. I'm joking. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think meant like
scoop. Yeah. No, for me, I'm talking. Yeah.
Sorry about that, Steve.
Oh, sorry about. Yep. Well, say hi to Maddie, and hope she feels better.
Sorry.
Get her to sleep. Yep. But if you do get her, even pop in to say hi. But let's play. Since Steve can't be here, let's play his
play his song.
Yeah, maybe if Maddie will see this, she likes it. She'll say "Daddy." Yep. So our buddy Steve, who's usually on the show or tries to be here, he cosplays as Thor. So I did this video for him as an intro whenever he's on the show.
Rob Altus, buddy.
Hey, Rob.
All right,
shout out to Maddie's daddy.
Shout out to Maddie's daddy. Hope Maddie feels better, brother.
But yeah, look at this cover though. Yeah, X-Files, Odyssey. I don't remember Odyssey. B5.
Odyssey did not last long.
But yeah, some great.
B5 was great. Yeah.
Outer Limits, I love. That was back on I guess in the 90s too. We were talking about before the show. So
Geek, you've seen Babylon 5 then?
Sequest was one of my favorites.
Yeah, that was good too.
But you've seen Babylon 5, Geek? Or?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Love it. So that big
I haven't watched Babylon.
And Mark hasn't watched it yet. Tell him to watch it.
I've watched a few episodes here and there. So are you guys going to make me watch it now?
We're gonna do a once we finish season 1 of the original series, we're gonna switch gears and either move over to season 1 of Babylon 5 or maybe do Firefly.
Nice, love them both.
Yeah.
Great Mark. Let's put it like this. I think you would you'd put it this way: if you did like it and get interested in it, you got a nice treat ahead of you because there's a lot of it, relatively speaking, right? Whereas Firefly is a tragedy because if you get into that, which I love, you run out. It's like this is the best pie you've ever eaten, and then it's gone. You got like a big bite, and that's it. And it's like, well, I want more of that, guys. Could have some. Sorry, but there's no more in existence ever. You can never eat that pie again. You got that one little piece, and that's it. Oh my god! At least with Babylon 5, you got the whole pie. It's one pie, but you got the whole thing.
Yeah.
But, he did 5 seasons, even though there were some problems with 4 and 5 because he didn't think he was going to get a 5th season. And then things, wackiness, kind of changed a little bit. We got that. You got the movies, even a not so great spinoff show.
No, definitely. Maybe after I'd finish Red Dwarf, I only have 3 episodes left. Maybe I'll start that because I do know some of the characters. Or, it's kind of like as exactly like Red Dwarf. You watch a few episodes here and there, but that's basically a linear show, if I'm correct.
What?
I mean, it's the story. B5 is basically linear TV, right? If you don't want to just start watching in season 3, I'm assuming. Yeah.
No.
Well, I think it gets linear in around season 3 ish. I mean, there are a couple of ones that jump back and forth and connect the stories in season 1 and 2, but it really becomes linear around season 3, 4, and 5.
Whatever you do, though, even though I did not like the pilot, The Gathering, you still got to watch it first. Do not watch in the beginning. Don't listen to anybody. Don't do that yet.
Okay.
That was one of the.
They did that later, right? Didn't they
that was
do
one?
that
Yes,
later?
that was one of the TNT movies. It is even in the box sets, but I'm sure you could find it somewhere. But it's cool. It's good, and it goes back, but it shows you all kind of stuff that is quote unquote spoilery. And some people have been fools have tried to tell people, okay, start with in the beginning. No, you start with The Gathering, you go season 1, 2, and then there's certain people who've done pretty good fan orders that will show you which direction to go. Like you watching the show, then in the middle of one of the series, you watch one of the special movies, and they've got those placed in there pretty correct. I could show you the good order that shows you the ones where you interject the movies, because unfortunately that box set that just came out, or Amazon, any of them, they don't have the TNT movies because of licensing.
Oh, they can't include them, right? And those are done between. See, I read up on the show.
They
a
were
lot.
in seasons, yeah.
I read up on a lot just because of the whole, release and I love, reading about, the formatting and.
It's amazing. It looks so good.
How they redid it and Guagnor asks, how can Mark not have watched Babylon 5?
He's been bad.
Just one of those things that didn't grab me, and
then not everything's for everybody.
And then the other thing is too, I think once if you miss something, and now it's just so damn easy to watch, with streaming. Like say you miss 5 or 6 episodes, screw that, I'm not going to watch that. This happened to me with a couple of TV shows too. You just, especially now everything is linear. Of course, you're saying that it doesn't really get linear to that 3rd season, but especially today,
well, you got to start.
Everything is.
It's pretty. You got to watch it in a straight line.
You should
you
watch
can't
it.
Just,
yeah.
It's not like Star Trek original series where you can watch any old episode. You got to start at the beginning, and you have the advantage of knowing, even if you hadn't seen it, that there's a change at the beginning of the 2nd season that won't be as jarring as it was to me back when it first came on. I didn't know they were switching, or why, for example, that all of a sudden I watched the new season. That I got used to the 1st season. I got used to Commander Sinclair. Then all of a sudden we got Captain Sheridan out of nowhere. Now I love way more, but I didn't. And I love Boxlighter anyway, so that's a good, easy transition. But still, I didn't know that. Back then we had Starlog magazine, but there wasn't that much. There wasn't much of an internet. And for some reason, I don't know what it was. Maybe I'd read or someone had told me, but I can't remember now. But I just, when I watched the new episode, I thought something was going to happen, but I wasn't sure. And I just thought we were getting Sinclair back. And I'm like, what the? But see, everyone knows that now, whether you've seen the show or not, because Bruce Boxleitner was on the show.
Yeah.
And now we know why it happened in real life, the real life reasons.
The tragedy, yeah. But, so, Guagner, this is how I can answer you about not watching B5.
Inconceivable. 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 Inconceivable.
You keep using the word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
But everyone's got one of those, like a show that everyone is always telling you to watch, or everyone talks about, and it's not like you didn't mean to watch it. You just go, oh, here it's cool. I should watch it one day. You just don't. I've got tons of those myself. I'm just guilty. And when you do watch it, it's happened to me where I watch it. Go, oh man, that was cool. I'm glad I watched that finally. That happened to me with Farscape. I waited forever to watch that. And I
love Farscape.
Yeah.
But so here's an article, First Time Watch Guide. It seems to agree. Everyone's saying watch that after in the beginning after season 4.
Yes, that's the one I use. When I went back
Gathering's the pilot movie, right?
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Just suffer the gathering, and I hate to say that. You might not be. You're not.
I heard that's totally different than it's.
Yeah, you're not as much of an a-hole as me, so it might not bother you as much. When I first saw The Gathering, I didn't want to watch the series, but I did
it's
anyway.
radically different, I heard, from the show.
It's pretty different.
Yeah.
I mean, put it this way: from that to first episode, season 1, it's kind of it's a little bit same characters mostly, but with a couple of differences. But it does have a sort of a different feel. I mean, that makes you kind of go in going, I don't know, man. That first Gathering is interesting but rocky. And at least the new version of The Gathering has better music. And originally, when it was aired on TV, it had terrible rock and roll sounding soundtrack that even Straczynski didn't like, and he changed it later.
Interesting, yeah. So Phantom says, my geek nerd card needs to be held in abeyance until I watch Babylon 5.
As your captain, I will grant you immunity from that.
The stay of execution.
Your agonizer, please.
Fancy, that's a little harsh, dude.
But it's just one of those ones I missed or just never got into for whatever.
And it might not be your bag. You might not even like it, but at least give it a chance.
Give it a shot. Yeah, no. Yeah. But I mean, what they did with the upscaling was fantastic. I've watched just some clips of and read. I love that techno stuff and. What they did, they upscaled the special effects instead of redoing all the special effects separately. So TNG, they with the Blu-rays, God, they did a gorgeous job. But they actually basically re-edited that whole show from scratch, redid all the special effects, and they ended up losing money on it. Unfortunately, not selling enough of the Blu-ray copies. I'm thankful they did it. But when you watch, not until Enterprise is Star Trek in HD, so. Of course, the original series was filmed on film, so that's okay. That's easy to scan to 4K. But these shows had primitive CGI effects by today's standards. So TNG, they had a lot of practical models, but they also had CGI, so they had to go back and redo all of that work because it was in standard definition. 640 by 480 or whatever that lowest SD resolution was. So. Hopefully, and that what Babylon 5 did, they've got the film elements so they can, scan those at 4K or HD.
It was a video toaster thing, so I kept hearing for years that they weren't going to be able to fix it or do anything with the visuals, and then they did.
Well, with AI now, with the advent of AI, they can upscale. So when I'm watching Voyager, I'm watching a fan edit, and I own the DVDs just in case anyone out there is listening. I'm watching a fan upscale of Voyager, and it was actually upscaled to 1920 by 1080, and I downsampled it to 720 to save space on my hard drive space, and it's overkill at that, because you can't get it that sharp, but it looks a hell of a lot better than when you watch it on streaming. Same thing with Deep Space Nine. I watched the fan upscale. I don't know if you've seen those Geek and I or on the interwebs, but it looks a hell of a lot better because I subbed to Paramount Plus. I want to support my Star Trek creators or support those people that worked on the shows. But when you stream TNG is okay, but you stream Voyager or Deep Space Nine, it looks like sheet from those streaming services. So hopefully in a few years they'll be able to just do what they did in Babylon 5 and maybe not spend the money to redo all the effects, but with AI, just upsample or using AI upscale those special effects, and hopefully we'll get an HD DS9 and HD Voyager. I want to see those lizard kids in all their glory from that best episode of Voyager. When Janeway and Paris tied the knot and went off and had lizard babies, right? What was that episode called? That was
Threshold.
Threshold, right? Yeah, Across the Threshold. Yep.
Mm-hmm. By the way, Lemon Pie's here. Zathras is here.
Hey, Lemon Pie and Zathras.
Hey there.
Damn, I wish I knew you were talking about Babylon. We just started. Yep.
Sorry, Zathras.
We're all over the spot. We're all over the place tonight. Yep.
Zathras is the best character.
Yes.
In Babylon 5.
But you know who's better than him is Zathras. Zathras say that's good, but Zathras is even better, and even better than Zathras. So.
Yep. And Guagnar says
he is the best.
Clam pizza has warped your mind. Yes, it has warped my mind. Unfortunately, yep.
It'll warp anyone's mind.
Oh,
Where do you stand on clam pizza, Geek?
I've never had it.
See,
sensible.
So Lemon Pie, Lemon Pie is asking who the other panelist is. So that's the Geek and I's joined us for the first time on the panel tonight. So I was on the show a few weeks ago. I had a great time on his Friday night Star Trek show. What's Federation Fridays?
Yes.
And I got the name. I remember something. No, that's awesome. And had a lot of fun there. And he's been in the chat and great that he can join us tonight, and hopefully be back. We won't scare him away. But here's his link is scrolling down below. So and it's in the chat. So actually, let me pin that. I can actually pin that, right? Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, I should know this technical stuff a little bit better. Here we go. But let me pin that to the chat. So that's pinned there. So everyone, please subscribe to our guest channel. And you're also on. You put your shows on as podcasts. You say too. You strip the audio out, and then you put them on Apple and was it?
Yeah, I loaded up to Anchor, and then Anchor just distributes it to everybody.
Awesome.
I don't have to do anything.
Cool.
Do you get a lot of traction there? Just audio only, or how does that? Because I'm wondering if that's something I should be doing too.
I mean, you can if you do it with Anchor, because it is Spotify. You can load a video version on Spotify. Okay. Oh yeah, like Rogan does. And but I just do the audio version because I like to hear myself in the car and see what I sound like and how horrible I sound that week.
No. Yeah, everyone hates their voice. Yeah, but you've got a great broadcasting voice. Yeah. But everyone always says, yeah, when you hear your own voice, oh. And DJ Play Nice is headed out. He's got a roll. Thanks for hosting. Yep.
Hi,
Thank
DJ.
you very much, DJ. Yep. Have a great week. And yep. Don't work too hard. Well, just work hard enough, I guess. Yeah, I shouldn't say that. have a good one. Yep. I got to get a clam pizza emote up here, I guess, too, somehow. My emotes, yeah. But yeah, Babylon 5 is something I'll definitely tackle. That's on the list. So I guess it looks like then these were the movies that were in between seasons. I guess like Third Space is
there was River of Souls, Third Space, In the Beginning.
Yeah, so saying after season
Legend
4.
of the Rangers.
And why did they do those? There was just there was more time between seasons, or
he just made this deal with TNT, who I think was distributing the show at the time, and Warner to make it was doing fairly well at that point. And he made they made this deal to let him make some movies that were a little bit longer that he could do a lot more with. River of Souls is really good. I think Inner Spaces when that was pretty good. And then there was, what was the other one again? In the Beginning, that was all right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the other one.
They're saying the last one is the Lost Tales, Voices in the Dark.
Well, yeah, that was the last one they did was in 2007. They came back and did Lost Tales, and that was like an anthology of stories and stuff. That was way later. But the Legends of the Rangers was maybe the last one they did before that. I can't remember. Then they had the one season of a show called Crusade that was a spinoff that really wasn't that great. It was.
So that's not the main cast, right? That
was Gary Cole, right?
Yes. Are you looking at a picture from it or something?
Oh yeah. Here, let me would help if I put the picture back on. Yep.
Okay, what you looking at now?
A boomer.
Okay. Okay. That's all right.
Here, I'll make it full screen so it's easier to read with the.
All right. So yeah, you got River of Souls, Legends, Rangers, then the rest of season 5. Call to Arms. Okay. Yep, that was good. All Crusade episodes. Yeah.
So this is what this person. It seems like there's a bunch of watch guys.
This is pretty good.
So this was was a spinoff show. Does it have any of the main cast in it, or it's just
what Crusade? No. This has people from it. Like I think Sheridan's in the first episode.
Okay.
It's about the ship called Excalibur. What happens is 5 years after the series had ended, the there was an attack on Earth, and a plague was put on Earth, and the Earth had like 5 years to live. People were going to be killed, so they sent out the Starship Excalibur, led by a different captain, to go out and try to find a cure somewhere. And that's what the plot of Crusade was. And they had a techno mage on there. He was pretty cool. That character, I can't remember the actor's name now. Techno mages on Babylon 5 are basically sorcerers, but they use technology in sort of sorcery. And he was a good character. They had a captain played by Gary Cole. Like I said, Sheridan was in the first episode.
Gary Coleman, what you talking about, Willis?
Yeah, Gary Cole. That's right. What you talking about, Willis?
Sorry, and hail to E. Clay Thomason.
Mrs. Garrett was the science officer.
Yeah, yes. Now, you know, if it had been given a chance, it might have gotten better. I think it was, I don't know, I mean, like 14 episodes or less, or somewhere up in there. But yeah, like Wagner says, Crusade didn't have a chance. TNT decided it didn't fit with their other shows. So I had a lot of show notes. So had a lot of show notes for it, and then canceled it before it. Yeah, I think it would have been a shame. It's a shame that it didn't get a chance to move on.
They canceled it before it aired? They did a Fox?
Yeah, but they aired it anyway. They're what they had anyway. Yeah, that's right.
Ouch.
Yeah, I mean, Suzuki was not happy, and he just said that this, that's it. There were some novels. There was like 11 issues of a DC comic.
Well, what about that new animated movie that came out? Where does that fit into this?
That's sort of like a walk down memory lane. Did you see that one, Geek?
I have not. I've been meaning to, but
it's pretty good for fans. If you're a fan of the show, you watch it late after the show, and it touches the heartstrings because it shows different stuff from different eras of the show, more like a flashback type thing. I liked it. That's right. Technomagics were created by Shadows.
So you shouldn't watch that until you've done watching the series, I guess, this animated show.
Yeah. No. Watch the whole
new movie that came out.
Yeah. That's it. If you're only really a fan of the show is going to appreciate that. Legends of the Rangers was sort of okay. It wasn't all that great, except Jakar. At least Jakar's in it. I mean, there are characters on this show. Obviously, I love Sheridan the best, and I love Zathras. Don't get me wrong, I love Zath. Don't man, I love you, Zath. Man, but Jakar, played by Andreas Kostoulis, I've never seen a more unbelievably impressive story arc for a character on TV, maybe ever. If not, there've been a couple that are close. He is so great, and he starts out like you don't think you're going to ever like him. You start out just not really giving a crap about Jakar. I don't know if you agree with that, Geek, but I thought he was a great character. Him and Londo, their relationship, but man, Jakar, that guy.
Yeah, he was. I mean, well, what can you say? Andrews Katsoulis was just great.
Brilliant. Yeah. It's okay, but I'm not alone. Not a clone.
So here's what. So it's what they say here. What you guys are saying. Yep. Crusade episodes 1 to 13 canceled due to production issues. There's some discussion as to which is the best broadcast order for the first time works here. Then so the TV movie Lost Tales.
Yeah.
And then pilot movie Legends of the Rangers, technically set before Call to Arms, but produced after. It's mostly self-contained from Babylon 5 and Crusade.
Yeah, even though Lost Tales was made way after it.
Yeah, Legends
I don't know if that was a TV movie. I think that was a straight-to-DVD movie, really.
Okay.
But anyway, go ahead.
Well, this is Legends generally considered a low point in B5 productions, and most fans tend to suggest to skip it.
Yeah, I wouldn't skip it. Just you got Jakar's in it for a minute. I mean, you got to watch it for that, but it's not the best.
Yeah,
a B5 fan's going to want to watch it.
Yeah,
it's not that good.
And of course, the special effects back then were something.
It didn't bother me, but yeah, they were.
Well, that was the first heavy use of CGI in a series, I think, right? Or
video toaster, they called it. Right? Remember that thing called the video toaster? Anyone like
there was a whole. Yeah, anyone like a toast? Yeah, that was the
Talkie Toaster
production.
Talkie
that was
Toaster was the director of the effects.
Yeah, so that was the video toaster. Yeah, it was a system, so video editing system. But having all those, the CGI did look, clunky back then, but it was a cool attempt and really high tech for the time. And especially you're watching on a small TV too. So now blowing these shows up to 65-inch TVs, but most people back then were watching these on
Right.
25-inch TV, or maybe when did B5 come out? What was it? It was
93.
80s, 93. Yeah, so you're starting to get into HDF, but plasma TV. I remember my friend bought a plasma TV for the Super Bowl, and I think he spent $8,000 on it for a Super Bowl party.
That'd be a long time ago.
Nice to have disposal. Yeah, it was probably what was it, 1990, I think, or
Clay, I agree,
92?
Clay. I agree, Clay. By the way, yeah, 92. Oh, they were expensive, yeah.
Or it was the
Probably
90s.
paid $1 a pound for it.
Yeah,
those were
it was
heavy.
Yeah, they were heavy.
Yeah, he put in this big, huge addition family room onto the house, and put in a swimming pool. And his wife wasn't happy about all the money they were spending. And but I remember but it was only a 48-inch TV, because then years later, he's like, I'm not getting rid of that. That's it was so obsolete. But it was literally like $8,000. It was a huge deal when he got. I mean, you're like, I can't believe how big this TV is. And now you go to Amazon and buy the same TV probably for $125, same size TV for $125, and it'll weigh, like 5 pounds or something compared to the the TVs back then. they were heavy, but God.
I think my first HD TV was a Vizio I picked up in Costco it was a 720 32-inch. It was $8.99.
Wow.
And those are like $94 in Walmart now.
They're pretty. Yeah, they're cheap now. I got a crappy Vizio, but it's because it's busted. Man, when I see this cast, I want to cry. Sometimes we lost so many of them already. Man, God, jeez, look at that. So many of them are already gone. That shows like half the age of Star Trek.
Just bad luck with.
Well, this picture here. We're 3 out of 3. But there's some other pictures like the full cast. And Richard Franklin died really young. The Doctor. And man, Jerry Doyle, that makes me want to cry. I met Jerry Doyle. Him right there, all the way to the left right there, the Doctor.
He passed away.
And next to him is Jerry Doyle. He passed away in 2016. Again, met him a couple times at some cons. Man, I love that dude. I love this radio show. He did a radio show for years, way after he got out of acting. And man, oh man, and I love Boxleitner and Claudia Christian. They're still with us, at least. Bruce Boxleitner. My friend got to go to in Cross Plains, Texas. Robert E. Howard, the creator of Conan. The house he grew up in there is the museum, the Conan Museum, and you can make appointments to go visit it and stuff. And a friend of mine who finally I always wanted to go. I haven't been able to go to it, but our friend Minimus got to go to it. And there's a picture of Bruce Boxleitner was near there, some kind of concert. He went out to that because he's a Conan fan. He went to visit it himself. Boxleitner is Tron. He's Sheridan. He's even Frank Buck. Badass.
Did you know that Jerry Doyle was on Moonlighting?
Yeah, he was trying to get. They tried to put. Didn't he try to try out for David Addison?
He was actually in an episode.
Yeah, but
we're getting rated here. Sorry to interrupt.
Hey.
So hail to 70s.
Boosh. Rated for Boom. Hey,
I think Nick was on. Or Toxic Raid. Awesome. Yep. Thank you,
Good
Nick.
to see you. Yep. Toxic Raid. All right.
Oh wow, everyone's rolling in now. Yep.
Which episode was he on? You know?
It's the one where they're actually testing for a new David because Bruce Willis was missing, so he's standing in line ready to read his lines.
Oh, I'm trying to remember when that one was because I love the show. I hadn't seen that one in a while.
And his line is "Do bears bear? Do bees bee?"
Bees bee. I love that show, man. I haven't watched it in a while. You watched it recently, or?
Oh, I have all of them on DVD.
Yeah, me too. No, I lied to you. I have the first 3 seasons. I never bought the 4th. Wasn't the 4th season?
4 and 5.
I never bought 4 and 5. I should.
Well, I want to thank everyone who's rated here. Wow, we got over 50 people watching.
Wow,
so we'll
what's
not
up?
announce the panelists. I'm sure everyone knows the great clobbering times here. But we have a special first-time panelist here, the Geek and I. So if you're interested in some great geek conversation, check out his link. His link is pinned there, so please subscribe to the Geek and I. And we've been talking just random geekness tonight. And thanks again to my buddy Nick Weiser for sending everyone over. And I got to load the I have that huge clip. I did that clip for Toxic Tuesday, which you guys all know with Nick Weiser. So I got to put the huge clip. I don't have the huge clip myself, so let me add add that for myself. Let's see. Here we go. Let's add these two clips.
Good to see you, 70s. All you people. Look at Boosh. Hey.
Oop, I'm out of room now. Here, I gotta delete a couple
make some
of
room
videos
there for it. Well, but there you go. But it's good to see all you guys out there. Thanks for being with us tonight. We're just geeking around. Geek, man, have you watched? Have you been going back and watching Moonlighting a lot recently, or you just have it, or? Because I need to go back and watch it again.
You know what? Going back to our conversation before, it is one of those where I'll just throw an episode on, and because I feel like it, and you can watch any episode, except with the Booger and Agnes episodes.
True.
They're kind of tough to watch, but you can throw any episode on, and I'll sit there and watch it.
My favorite episode is The Bride of Tupperman. God, was that hilarious. I love that one.
Atomic Shakespeare is...
That's probably the great one. Yeah, I don't blame you. That's probably the best one, come to think of it. Atomic Shakespeare. It's amazing. Good. Hey there, Matthew. Oren?
Yeah. We got
Look who's here, the Nicholas Man.
Hey, Nick Weiser. Yep.
Hey, buddy.
Huge. Here, let me play. I got to play Huge.
Huge.
Much appreciated. Yep.
RJ.
Great to have you guys here. Yep.
Yeah, buddy.
Huge.
Good to see you all.
Yeah, hope you guys had fun tonight. Yep.
Yeah.
We've been geeking out. Yep.
Yes, sir. Great Tom Connors probably send everybody over.
Yeah, Matthew. Yep, we got lots going on tonight, right? Yep.
Yeah, we're ending the geek
B5.
even though ending the week in a geek fashion, just like you guys were over there at the great Tom Connors. Or was it on Nick's channel? Whose channel was it on, Nick?
I think it was on. I think it was Nick's channel.
It was on Nick's tonight. That's right. I'm sorry, Nick.
Nick tonight. Yep.
Well, we love Tom
Utes Ridge. Yeah, Utes Ridge. Here, let's go with the. Where's my cousin Viddy here? I got to put these links in order.
Utes.
When you try to find something. Well, I don't have them in. StreamYard doesn't let you. Should let you put them in alphabetical order. Yep.
No.
Let's see the two Utes.
The two Utes.
Let's see. Oh, this one's too long, but
the two Utes.
Two what? Did you say Utes?
Yeah, two Utes. Everything that guy just says is bullshit. Thank you.
I want somebody in Congress to do that.
That would be that'd be a big improvement, right?
Indeed. Yes, sir. Yes.
Groovy.
Well, here we go. Here's the short version of it. Yep.
The two Utes.
Two what?
Utes. What is the Ute?
One of the all-time classic movies. Yeah.
Yeah, love it.
Can't go wrong with that courtroom scene with the posse traction and just great stuff. Yep.
She was awesome in that. That was like her. That was like her perfect role.
Perfect. Beautiful. Amazing.
Yes. Nick was taking from Tom was saying Dune Part 2. Yeah, I was watching. I missed. Stream. Well, I was watching the member stream today after it aired, and I heard he was going to see Dune 2. So yeah, I do have that on my poster for tonight. Of course, that's the Little Mermaid on this bread.
The great Mexican Iron Man. Mexican Iron Man just got back from seeing that too and gave it a thumbs up.
He liked it. Yep.
He liked it. Oh, buddy, the well-known YouTuber Mexican Iron Man, who is definitely a YouTuber.
It's definitely a YouTuber. Yep. Yeah. Brooklyn, New York Senator Vincent LaGuardia Gambini in Congress right now for sure. Yep. or maybe maybe who Animal House Senator Blutarsky.
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 Yeah, I can only imagine. Yep. And Max said, I would like to get a Chevy Tahoe. It's a great sports
utility vehicle.
Utility vehicle.
It is.
Yep.
Or GMC Yukon, the same thing.
So I guess so Dune 2 people are saying it's
Seem
pretty
to be-
good.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good
Getting
news. for
some
sci-fi.
good reviews from what I hear.
Excellent.
I have not seen it myself, but I hear that people are liking it.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, no, that
Even I might go.
yeah. Well, let's put up some pictures of Dune 2. So, did you guys watch Dune 1 or you not watched Dune or?
I have not. Have you?
I watched it once.
Mhm.
To me, it's one of those that's just a little too long for me to dedicate that much time to sitting down and
Sure.
Now, for some reason, I can do it with Avengers Endgame all day long, but I don't know what
A
it
little bit
is.
slower. It's a little bit slower, maybe, or
Yeah, maybe. And I think I
watched-
kinda hung up on the original Dune.
David Lynch version, or
David Lynch,
Yeah.
1984. Yeah. I wasn't really nothing against it, but I wasn't going to necessarily watch the first one. And a friend of ours, a friend of my son's, and I wants us to go watch the second with him. We hadn't seen him in years and hung out with him in a long time. So now I got to watch the first one before that second one comes out. Which I guess, when is that coming out? Next week? I mean, I know they had a fan showing. Our buddy J-Man saw it tonight too, and J-Man and Sean, they all went to see it tonight.
was this the opening day, or was this?
Actually, Canada, they saw it. Some kind of fan showing thing they're calling it. That's what they called it. I don't know what the deal is.
like
but
a fandom events kind of thing, or
I don't think it was a Fathom event. Some kind of event where a lot of fans are getting to see it tonight, according to
Okay.
what someone was saying. I think J-Man was saying that. I don't know the deal behind that, but Mexican Iron Man, our buddy got to see it. Our buddy J-Man got to see it as well, and Sean and those guys. So something's going on. They all went to go see it. A lot of people are seeing it tonight, of all nights, on a Sunday night. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know the exact release date either.
Yeah.
Looks like it's March 1st.
Okay. So Friday. So something was some kind of special thing you or some of our friends have gotten to have been able to watch it.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, Clay, you're gonna have to listen to every talk about Dune too. But I can talk about the Marvels or Madam Web if you want. But yeah, that's what happens, right? It's just human nature. As new movie comes out and all the streamers, we all
March 1.
get let's let's all cover the same
HTC?
thing. But
Yeah.
let's I guess I can blow this up more. But this is actually talking about the David Lynch movie. Let me put this. It's probably easier to see it this way. I can zoom in. But this was the handout they gave out to the David Lynch movie. So let me zoom out. So you get to the movie theater, and this was one of those. Remember those fax machines where they were like, oops, let me zoom out. Where it was like that really glossy kind of paper, from like a calculator.
Right.
That didn't really print that well. And so you walk in the movie theater, there's a 2-page handout they gave you. And so Bush says March 1st, and hail to Bush, and hail to TZ.
I went to see it in 1984, and I don't remember if I ever got this. It's amazing that you kept this, because I may have. I just don't remember.
Yeah. Well, I save everything, and my poor wife is.
Yeah, I probably would have thrown it out. I probably would have said, "What is this?" and just didn't keep it.
What's this crap?
Yeah.
Is that somebody's
It was a
butt
flyer
cheeks on the bottom?
Hmm?
Looks like remnants of somebody's butt cheeks.
Yes.
Yeah, I sat on it. I still have it actually in my file cabinet. So I have a Star Trek sci-fi folder. Believe it or not, or probably believe if you've seen my office. But yeah, so I save everything. So yeah, so and 11 Alpha's he's got the handout too. So
cool.
One of the few people, yeah. I think it was. I wonder if it was faxed, but it was like a really. When you grab the paper, it's very thin and very glossy. It's not normal paper. Oh, and Bush has the Dune Encyclopedia signed by Frank Herbert. That's awesome. So let me zoom in on this, but it's just basic terminology, and the printout scan is not that great either. But the print is not that good. So that's kind of how it was. And this, it's as old. I think I scanned this maybe. I scanned this when the Dune movie came. The first new Dune movie came out. Let's see if I can find it in my scrap.
Those early fax machines were on rolls.
Yeah, they're on rolls. So this is kind of like that heat. I don't know how to describe this paper, but
it's like receipt paper because it had to burn it in.
So, but it didn't age out though. It's still ink. Like that receipt paper would gradually fade out over time. I don't know if I can. Yeah, it's in here somewhere, but I think I put it in my Star Trek folder. But it's just crappy paper. It's not. Not good paper. So, but it didn't fade out but maybe it is. As Bush says, maybe it was thermal paper. It was just fun in the movie theater. Like, what's going on? But all these, the Freeman, and you're learning about it. But that was everyone's saying thermal paper. Okay.
If I had to do homework while I'm in the theater waiting for the movie to start, I'm turning around and going to get a refund.
Yeah, but Sting was good in this. As who mentioned Sting? That was a few. Yeah, that was Matthew. Yep. I thought Sting was good in this. Of course, Patrick Stewart was in this before we got the role in Star Trek. But I did like this movie a lot. I did really like this first version of Dune. Did you enjoy it, Geek? Or
again, it's one of those. It's a little too sci-fi for me.
Yep. It is hard sci-fi. Yeah.
And what was it, like 84, right?
Yeah, it was
84, 86 or something like that.
Yeah. I think. Yeah. Let's see. Someone in the chat will get it before I can. But was it 19? I think it was 1984. I think it was 1984. Let's see if I was right. Yeah, it was 1984. Yep.
Yeah, I was in that probably the Schwarzenegger Stallone phase of my movie going career.
Yeah, along with a lot of people. Yeah. So yes, the spice will flow. No Guild, no Dune. Hey, Dad Man, how's it going? Great, giving your mom a shout out there. Grandma Dad Man walking, we'll say. Yep. So hail to everyone. Dad Man's usually with us, but he's been tending to family matters. So hope everything's okay there. Yep, which is great. Yep. Yeah, and Matthew says David Lynch had to pretty much squeeze 2 movies worth of material into one film and under very difficult circumstances, and did a pretty good job. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Now, I haven't read the Dune books, but I think it's an enjoyable movie. But yeah, you got to be, as the Spinal Tap guys would say, the audience is becoming very selective. But I'm glad to see what's her name, Zendaya. I can't pronounce her name correctly. Zendaya, and Timothy. Chalamet, how do you say it? I can't get easier. Chalamet. I never want to say people's names wrong because my last name gets butchered all the time. But she had a really good day today. That's awesome. You got to get her playing Fortnite with us, Dad Man.
Yeah.
Get your mom playing Fortnite with us.
Good to hear, buddy.
Yep. And so it's good that sci-fi is getting this attention. Like, my daughter went out and bought the Dune books, and I know she read some of them. I don't know if she read them all. I got to ask her. And they're not, they're easy books to read too. They're big books. I think there's 2. There's an edited version, I think, that's shorter, but those books are dangerous. I mean, they're so big.
Yeah.
But that's, it's a complicated universe, but it's a fun universe. A lot of, I don't want this every time Adobe survey, all these surveys now drive me crazy. But in the movie theater watching this in 84 was with some of my Dungeons and Dragons geek and nerd buddies, and damn, it was fun. It was a fun movie. And then I was in 84. Yeah, it was high school. 84 was high school. So might have just got my license then, and get to go to the movies, and probably went for pizza afterwards, or probably had pizza before the movie because, like you said, it's a what is it, like a 6-hour movie? Or
I went to a lot of movies that year, and that one I only went to once. It's my thing. I bought the comic adaptation by Bill Sienkiewicz.
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah, how long
I was too busy. I was too busy going to see Trek 3 and Temple of Doom and Ghostbusters over and over again, all those and other, and Buckaroo Banzai and all these other movies that I loved. And this was one I just went to watch. I even like 2010 better than this one.
Wow. Yeah, so the Dune, the 1984 version, budget was $42 million, and it made $38 million in North America. So probably, guess it lost money probably on, I don't think video was not as big as it was until the DVD era hit, but just good for if you're a fan of sci-fi, it's great to have this be a big hit and do really well. And Wagner says we'll never get a God Emperor of Dune or of Dune adaptation. And we've got some chat about David Lynch trying to get everything with the first book, but the studio vetoed his idea and basically condensed the story. Yeah, that's what happens. I'll let you condense the story, but if you're trying to now, thanks to Lord of the Rings, originally that was supposed to be 2 movies, and they said, "What do you can't do the Lord of the Rings story in 2 movies. Let's make it 3 movies." And did it all at once. So I think studios are obviously risk averse, but the property, they'll take a chance when you've got big stars like this that are huge, huge draws. That definitely helps. So it's good for sci-fi. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to see this. Yep.
Yeah, I think my son wants to go see it, so we'll probably venture out one day.
And I think that wasn't this streaming on HBO during the vid pretty quickly. I think it made.
First one, you mean?
The first one, yeah.
The first one, yeah, was.
I think so.
It premiered on streaming.
Oh, it premiered on stream? I'm trying to remember, way back to the dark ages, but
that's why they're making a big deal of, only in theaters for.
Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to remember now if it was out. Yeah, so it premiered on streaming. Wow, yeah.
Agreed, Matthew. Agreed.
Yep. So our guest, the Geek and I, has got to head out. And this is that's why I said I appreciate you hanging out for putting up with us as long as you did. But it's glad you were able to come on the show, and you got an open invite any time you want to.
Well, this is a blast because I just have to sit here behind the microphone. I don't have to push any buttons or
It's a lot easier. It's a lot easier being a guest, right?
It is.
Yes.
You just sit here and you keep quiet until you have something to say. You don't have to worry about clicking a button, which tab is opening up, or
what's going on. Yeah.
I hear you there.
Was mute my mic when I cough and take a sip of my drink, and that's it.
Awesome. Yep.
There you go.
But like I said, I've been watching you guys for at least 2 months now, and it's fun to watch. Also,
really appreciate that. Thank you so much. I guess we just came up in the good old YouTube feed somehow, or
old Al fed you to me one night, and
great.
And and I would suggest definitely get your show on some kind of audio, because I would listen in the car to this as I'm on long drives.
And it's what was the app that you used to do that, or the website? You said there was an app that you would put all the shows up on the different places.
It used to be called Anchor FM, and now it's I think it's Spotify for podcasts.
Oh, okay. So you put it. You do basically a Spotify podcast. Yep.
Yeah.
Nice. Cool. Yeah. So I could do make Sunday Night Geekery. Just upload them there as a separate podcast. Why not? Right.
Yeah. I don't know if StreamYard lets you download just the audio version, but
they do actually. Yeah.
It does.
Download just the audio. Yeah.
Yeah. The one that I use, I just download the audio right after I'm done, drag it over to Anchor FM, and go to bed.
Nice. Yep. All right. Well, I always open to new suggestions. So yeah, any more people that can hear it, as long as it's not my better half. No, she would never listen to that. And my kids always laugh when they hear their dad is doing a YouTube podcast on all this Star Trek and collectibles and fun. But yeah, we get a kick out of it. I always like, Dad, don't ask my friends to sub.
Well, that's the thing is I have over 5,000 subscribers and not one of them is in my family.
There you go. So everyone check out The Geek and I. There's this is pinned on the top, so please, we got a big crowd here tonight, so please, if you can, it'd be much appreciated if you click on that pinned link up there and sub to The Geek and I here. And I always say watch a few minutes of one show, because sometimes if you sub it doesn't stick sometimes. But why don't you tell us what you got coming up this week, and then we'll let you get to work, unfortunately. Get to bed so you can go to work.
Yeah, well, this week I just came back yesterday from the Texoma Comic-Con. Currently editing that video for the channel. And then as far as streams, we will be on again Friday for What Little Girls Are Made Of.
Oh,
there you go.
We talked that episode and get everybody's thoughts.
Yeah, so we got a lot of Star Trek fans in the audience here. So if you can head over there and watch that, that'd be great. Or watch it on, if you can't watch it live, watch it on the podcast. And always leave a comment on the videos. And that's that's an Android heavy episode. So yeah, interesting. That's an interesting sci-fi. Roger Corby. Yep, that's who Nurse Chapel has been pining for. Across the universe. So everyone check out The Geek and I, and thank you for being here. Let me put your Twitter handle into the chat, so anyone would like to follow you on the Twitters. I think that was in the link that I posted out. Let me grab
Hi,
that.
Geek and I did go ahead and sub to you. I'm sorry I came right at the end and didn't get to meet you. Really.
Well, now you are.
You wouldn't have been impressed anyway, so don't worry about it.
That was great hanging with you.
I've been listening. I have been impressed. I like your voice. You have a good voice.
I appreciate that. It's I've been told I sound like Scott Shannon. If anybody knows who Scott Shannon
I do know that is. That means that we have to thank you at the beginning of every show the way a certain other guy does. Thank you, Scott Shannon, every week. I think you know who that is.
Oh yeah.
Every day that they used to anyway.
Yeah, just radio is such a great medium.
On YouTube without getting banned?
Probably not. Probably not.
Yeah, you got to watch out what you say these days, unfortunately. Let me put your
either
Twitter
way,
handle.
It's a good radio voice, and it's very reminiscent of this one. I don't know his name, but it was KYW News Radio that I used to listen to. My parents always had on in the car, and it's very calming to me. I really like your voice, so
I appreciate that. I hate it, but it's what I was born with.
Everyone hates Southern.
I hate my voice more than you hate yours. Everyone hates their own voice. I'm glad I'm not the only one that has.
Yeah,
I love your voice, Bobby.
Well, I don't want to please stop loving it, because I hate it. So there, I love yours, but I want to be a hypocrite and not let you love mine.
I've never heard someone actually say that. Please stop loving it.
Please stop, I hate
it. Well, I'll let you guys finish up what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm just hanging and listening now. I know you're at the end, so.
Well, Geek and I's get headed out. We'll keep going for a little bit more. So everyone hang around. But
Geek, great to meet you, man. Great to hang out with you.
Pleasure is all mine. I had an amazing time, and like I said, you guys are welcome on the. If you know Star Trek the way I think you do, you are welcome on the Friday night stream anytime.
Cool.
Thank you very much.
I am definitely not welcome then.
Well,
but these guys are.
You can sit next to me because I'm the same way. I'm watching it for the first time.
She knows.
I haven't even started.
She knows a lot about music, though. So if you ever need that, she's there.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm a huge music buff, I guess you'd say. Not so much anymore. Well, yes, still am. It doesn't.
Well, it's always good to have not that you're a normie. I don't want to insult you, Courtney, but the quote unquote normie reaction watching an episode for the first time is always fun.
Oh,
fun
Star
too.
Trek.
Yeah, Star Trek or
Yeah,
something.
I'm a normie for Star Trek, definitely. I
See?
am not a normie in real life, though. If you listen to me for more than 5 minutes, you'll know that.
I would like to report an intruder.
You're totally
Intruder alert.
normie, Courtney.
From the
Oh my
70s.
goodness, what are you
Normie.
doing here? I'm
From the
supposed to see you
70s.
tomorrow.
And like Gary, it came in through the back door.
He's spying on me.
Yeah.
I'm following you, Courtney. I see you. There's no way you can.
Speaking of
escape me.
music, Geek and I, he does a music show and movies also, but on Mondays, and I'm on his Monday show.
He's
So,
an integral part of the experience.
Yep.
well,
And you're
everyone
covering
needs to-
the jerk tomorrow, correct?
We're talking about The Jerk. No, it's not just about me. It's not all about me. It's the movie.
You're
The
not a
Jerk.
jerk. Not
But we
at
better
all.
let the geek and I go because I've had that happen to me too, where you're having a lot of fun on a podcast, and then you start to say goodbye, and then it's 45 minutes
We've
later.
kidnapped you.
Right.
No,
It is.
no,
It's tough. You're making me want to hang out now. But
Now I'm here. This is where the fun stops. So
True.
you can. It's okay to leave.
usually that's when I get to the party.
All right. Well, feel free to. I'll shoot you that link again whenever you have time, and I'll reciprocate. Hopefully, I can be on that Friday night show once in a while. Normally, that's the quote unquote date night where I hang out with my much better half. But if she's out playing pickleball, I'll try to be there. So, but it was really great having you on the show, and I hope you got a bunch of subs as well. So.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me. And good night, everybody. Live long and prosper.
Good night, sir.
And may the force be with you all.
You have a groovy evening.
Good
night.
night.
And also with you.
Good night from Texas.
Good night.
Oh, Hill, Texas.
You know, a lot of people don't know that 70s name actually translated. He's that 70-year-old mineralogist.
That's
You could be in a Star Trek episode.
geologist. I could
It took
be.
me a
geologist,
minute to get that. That was
I'm
funny.
probably in the background chipping away at the mesa somewhere.
Insanely says, "Love all your voices." Well, thank you very much. Yeah, but
Why,
that's
thank you.
typical when you hear it on re-recorded. Like, I guess it's the way your voice. Courtney, you're this musician in '70s, but I guess it's the way you hear it because you're not hearing it the same way with your ears, right? When you hear it.
Yeah,
played
it's
back,
going through your little tunnels and stuff. You're hearing
Yeah.
it differently.
Oh, here we
And
go.
I
11
was-
Alpha has got the explanation I was looking for here. Yep.
Will you read it? I can't see it.
So when you talk, your ear picks up vibrations through your skull, so you never sound the same when you hear a recorded version of your voice. Yep. Like my dad, for those who I was like my dad, but he was born. He had a heavy accent like 70s, but he sounded more like Arnold Schwarzenegger. So he would the joke was he would be like, they'd be like, I could only hear my dad's accent, of course, because I grew up with him. Obviously, stupid. I couldn't hear it unless it was recorded. You know, and back in the day, we had like a tape recorder. We'd send to my grandmother or across the pond in Switzerland, or whole movies or VHS. But so his quote, I got him saying like, "I lost my accent many years ago." And all my friends were all laughing. Like, he came here in 1960 and he thought he lost his accent.
That's really funny because when I first started working at the high school, the last high school that I worked at, somebody in the office on the second day, it was the new vice principal, and he said, "Somebody."
Oh,
who
sorry,
was
Courtney.
that?
I would just
They're
sorry to interrupt.
definitely
Max
from
is
Philly.
they're definitely
Go
from
on.
Philly with the accent. No, sorry to interrupt. Is it Max is out too? Needs sleep. I've had a hell of a
Night,
day.
Max.
So
Night,
take care,
sweet
Max.
dreams,
Let's
Max.
Yep, be good. Yep.
Yeah, and well, I had thought I had lost my Philly accent. I had been in Colorado for 15 years.
Oh, here's Courtney going. That's pretty good.
Wait for the dance. It's awesome.
Here's the dance.
I love it.
I thought you weren't a singer, Courtney.
I started laughing at the end because I was laughing at my dance. That is the dancing granny, like the GIF or whatever they call it.
More people deserve to see that, Courtney. That's why I played it there.
That was awesome. Yeah. I've seen that before. You played it. Yeah, so
yeah, it's part of my regular repertoire on the show.
Yeah.
It was a big deal for me to get on stage and as a vocalist, which I am not a vocalist.
No, you did a damn good job.
And I got put on the spot. I had no prep.
And that's not easy.
I do offer dancing lessons if anyone's interested, because my dance moves are hot. They're the hottest new thing. I get it.
Darcipio, that would be the Horta, and that was supposed to be a secret. Thank you. Thanks for letting the Horta out of the bag, buddy.
My favorite dance of all time is the sacroiliac, which is a dance invented by 10cc, where basically it's for people who don't dance and they just sit on their ass all night. The sacroiliac being a bone down there. So that's my dance.
That's your dance. Yeah.
The sacroiliac.
I have no idea what those words even mean.
It's a bone in your posterior, I think.
Oh, okay.
Just don't break it.
So that's
when you break dance.
The song. The whole point of the song is here's a new dance that we all can do. The sacroiliac.
If your friends don't dance.
Doesn't it hurt to sit down though?
Yeah. Hey?
You just don't do anything.
No, you just sit there. You just sit there. That's all you do. Sit at the bar and drink. Like, you don't dance.
My favorite dance is the safety dance.
Oh.
And then without hats.
And without
hats. Don't dance, and they're no friends of mine.
My best girlfriend married someone from that band, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
I love that.
Were those part of your dance hall days?
Oh, definitely. Come on, I mean.
Chung.
What were they called
again? That Paulie and I did karaoke of the safety dance.
Remember that hat.
And the vocals didn't work, so it was silent the whole time, and it looked like we were lip syncing to nothing, but we were dancing the whole time. It was an awful stream, but it was funny.
Without hats or with hats? Without. Okay.
You can dance if you want to.
Because men with hats were pretty good. The other band, men with hats, I think were better because they had hats.
Well, you're safer with a hat. So why they called it the safety dance, I don't know, because they were without hats.
And therefore,
if you fall over without the hat.
Breaking the Trades Descriptions Act, I think.
I think it was the little person in the field that made it safe. You're about to say that word. That is politically correct, I believe.
Yeah, you gotta say little person. Yep.
Woman.
Don't say that. I could get in trouble for that.
No friends behind.
But this was like in college. This was just
you can dance. You can dance.
This is one of those songs where we drank heavily, and it was just also Love Shack. That was a big party song.
I love that song.
That got everyone going, and we do a train to that one.
D-Light, Groove is in the Heart. That was
Groove
another
is in
one.
the heart.
Yeah, that's
I've
a
got
great
the 7-inch
one.
single of that.
Of course you do. That's such a good bass line. The chills that you spill up my back keep me filled with satisfaction. I'm not going to sing that.
But Dance Hall Days is another good one from that era. Wang Chung.
Well, it's Wang Chung, right? Yeah.
Personally, I prefer the album.
That was Wang Chung.
Personally, the song's great, but I prefer the Al Yankovic parody of it called the Brady Bunch.
Yeah.
The Brady Bunch. The Brady Bunch. Sorry.
Oh, you know what the parody was of the safety dance? The Brady Bunch?
You can watch Bonnie Miller. You can watch your MTV. You can watch till your fires all out of their head. That it's really okay with me.
Is so good, isn't he?
I love
Still is. I love his little videos he does of the playing rock stuff on the accordion. It's just so funny.
Did you see his movie?
Yes. Oh god, yeah.
See the movie Weird?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was that.
Actually. It was.
UHF is better. The building. Oh yeah, I love UHF. Yeah.
UHF's but yeah, I mean if Amish Paradise isn't the greatest parody ever.
Oh my gosh.
I can
so
watch
funny.
that forever.
Even better than it pissed off Coolio.
Yeah.
It did pick up earlier. Yeah. Well, allegedly
it's pretty good for just like the old school, The Take Off a Beat It by Michael Jackson.
I got to see Al perform twice in live. He was
Really?
amazing.
Did he play the accordion? Because he should.
Yes, he did.
Great polka.
And he ran
player.
out into the audience and went mess with the audience. It was a lot of fun.
He's a great.
The
Is
weird
it
thing
just him? Is it just him
No,
up there on stage?
Stupid band's there, and as he called him, Al's Stupid Band. But what was weird is the first time I got to see him. It was like only like a week or two after his parents had passed away in that tragic accident. And it was.
It was a CO2 in the house or something, a bad furnace or something. Or...
Yeah, it was weird. That's everything about him is weird.
Everyone have a carbon dioxide detector. Yeah.
It's living in the fridge. Dun, 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 dun. And then, like a surgeon, I can hear your heartbeat for the very last time.
That was so good.
That's genius. I've never heard that one. That's
Like a
genius.
surgeon.
Never heard
Miracle
that
Play.
surgeon?
Oh,
It
that
was
is so funny.
It was hilarious in the movie how they made it like Madonna was stalking him and stuff after that. And she was,
Yeah.
It's living in the fridge.
Yeah, he's the man. I love him.
Funny
My
guy.
favorite song is what's the song about pain? I'd much rather sleep on broken glass than spend another minute with you.
It's called One More Minute.
One more minute, yeah. And my buddy, when he broke up his girlfriend, we had to listen to that. Like,
I'd rather
or she dumped
spend
him. I think.
eternity eating shards of broken glass than spend one more minute with you. That's right.
Yeah, we listened to that album or that song was.
Oh
on,
God, yeah.
On play, like just on the tape, like rewind, play it again.
Oh, he was great.
UHF is a classic.
Oh, it's a brilliant movie.
I love it.
It's so 80s. The whole thing is just
89. Man, it was.
Imagine going to school with Weird Al. Wow, that would have.
Yeah. The 80s were a great period for a lot of things.
Indeed.
Great pop music.
11 I was saying Coolio was fine with it. Then he got some backlash at the front, like he didn't like it.
No.
Yeah,
Well, Al was asked about that. He said, "Yeah, he didn't mind."
Coolio was not Coolio with
when
it.
he got that check.
Yeah, Coolio got a big check for that, right?
He didn't mind when he got the check for it.
He didn't tear up the check, right?
Well,
Yeah.
she is very plain. Haha. Fool, Jacob.
Fool.
Fool.
Even if he still thinks that my mind is gone.
Turning the butter. That's so funny.
There's lots of butter, yeah. If a night we're gonna party like it's $16.99. Oh, I love it. I've listened to it a million times. That's great. And Living with a hernia.
Living with
a hernia. I feel I love that.
I remember buying this on DVD when it first came out. Yeah, like they'll never be on DVD. This will never be on DVD. And then finally came out. Yeah, 25th anniversary edition. Yeah.
In the movie when they basically made, because it was just a weird, crazy, ridiculous movie they made where Michael Jackson ripped off "Bad" from "Eat It." I mean, "Beat It" from "Eat It."
That's right.
Oh, that's funny.
That was hilarious. That movie it lived up to the title. Weird. It was just weird.
Wow, he's looking like a superhero. Wow, he really worked out for this.
He
movie.
did work
Holy
out
crap.
for this thing, man, and pumped it up, didn't he?
Wow, look at that.
What
Yes,
do
I
you,
know that's
speaking of
makeup.
like pumping up and stuff like that, have you guys heard about Pauly Shore doing Richard Simmons?
Yeah, what's going on with that?
What,
I
like
think he's
marrying him
gonna
or something?
play. No, he's gonna play him in a biopic.
Ugh.
And he looks like him. It's really there's a short like bit of it already that Walter, you can't move because then the seatbelt thing goes off. Sorry, that's my dog.
I thought a truck was backing over
Yeah.
you.
Oh, that's a funny story because when I was in high school, the first car that I ever drove, haha, mom, they gave me my step grandfather's like old station wagon. It was like the station wagon from
The Brady
gosh, that's
Bunch
annoying.
station wagon.
Yeah. But anyway, when you put it in reverse, it beeped because he used to, and it had all these fishing stickers on the back. And I didn't find out it beeped in reverse until I went to school that day and pulled out of my parking spot. And the car started beeping like a truck.
Courtney, what I want to know is why have you got a microwave in your car?
My dog moved a certain way. And so now the seatbelt sensor is like, you know what? I can make it stop. Hold on.
So does anyone remember Weird Al's Polkas on 45 single? where he did the medley, like the Stars on 45 stuff, but it was all polka.
I've heard a lot of his polkas. I don't know about that one.
But it was like 4.5 minutes of, it was a single,
Yeah.
but he put like multiple tracks
single?
together. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because he had a polka on every album, but yeah.
Yeah, Hey Jude was one of them, and he did some other stuff. That was funny because, remember the Stars on 45 stuff where they segued together rock hits and with a beat that joined them. Well, he did a polka.
Oh,
one.
yeah.
And there was I lost on Jeopardy. That was a good one.
I lost on Jeopardy. He got Don Pardo did a voiceover for that. Actually, I love what was it? Al TV too.
Yeah.
What was that? What was LTV? How come I don't know any of this?
MTV in the 80s and in the 90s, he would take it over for an hour sometimes at LTV.
Oh, yeah.
And he would play he would play like real videos and then mess with them and talk over them and stuff and like make fake interviews.
Like Beavis and Butthead.
But he'd also make fake interviews. Like he would ask stupid questions and he would cut it with like a real Madonna interview or a real interview with somebody or something like that. And he would say ridiculous crap. Oh, I love those.
Smells like Nirvana.
LTV.
Smells like Nirvana. That was a good one.
Yeah, Smells Like Nirvana is one of my favorite songs.
Yeah.
Is that someone's oven timer? Yeah.
He said, it's hard to bar.
Yeah, I made it stop.
Right.
I broke the microwave.
Another one rides the bus.
Another one rides the bus.
The bus.
Bum, bum, bum.
Now you just have to listen to my dog breathing heavily.
Yeah,
that's
Another
okay.
one rides the bus. My Sharona. Those were the early ones. Dr.
My
Demento.
Belluna. That was,
Yeah, My Bologna. Sorry.
Belluna.
Yeah,
That
was
My Sharona. Yeah.
Yeah, Dr. Demento's right there. The guy from
Nerdy.
The Office played Dr. Demento in that.
Yeah, White and Nerdy.
Yeah.
He was so good. He is so good. He's still around, thank God.
Yes, he is. I'm saying he is. Yeah.
But yeah, he does a lot of just 1 minute. His YouTube shorts playing classic rock stuff on the accordion.
Oh, is it?
Bohemian Rhapsody and stuff. It's really good. Yeah.
Nice.
Well, that was the only time my grandfather yelled at me when I told him I didn't like, it's not polka music. So he would listen to this old time radio and he's like, Grandpa, that music's horrible. And he's like, Grandpa never ever would yell at me. He's like, don't ever say that. I love polka music. It's the best music. Like, sorry. Yeah, because he watched Lawrence Welk. That was a staple of the grandparents. It'd be like I guess, how would you describe Lawrence Welk? Like that would be MTV for the generation born in the 30s.
Well, yeah, kind of. I mean, I guess it was
right. I mean, with all the bubbles would come down at the end. Grandma would always love the bubbles coming down at the end.
I mean, you'd call it a variety. I guess it was like a musical variety show in a sense, but yeah.
Right. I mean,
play all the hits.
And a lot of polka
wasn't he? Wasn't he a Canadian? Lawrence Welk?
I don't know.
Can't remember.
I think he's Canadian.
Could
I
be.
may be wrong. Just guessing.
The only reason anybody might even in my generation knew who he was is because we had grandparents, and on a Saturday or something, my grandmother would be watching him.
Didn't miss a Lawrence Welk show. Yep.
I'm like, what is this? It was worse though. My mom used to watch.
He's American.
Used to watch Hee Haw.
I don't know who I'm thinking of because he was American. I'm thinking of somebody else. I'm thinking of, but
Hee Haw was great.
This was worse than watching Hee Haw.
Hee Haw.
Hee Haw.
I like.
I have no idea what hee haw is. Now you have to fill me in.
Really? You don't know what hee haw is? Oh my God.
Well, see, I didn't really know.
You're young.
Yeah, well, it wasn't on.
I'm going to be
UK.
46 soon. Thank you for saying that.
You are very young then, because hee haw was on in the daytime.
Roy Clark.
Like forever. It was from Nashville. It was a country music show that was syndicated to, on Saturday afternoons, everywhere on regular television, and everybody's mom watched it.
They never showed it in the UK, so I'd only ever just heard the name.
Oh, okay. There you go.
My mom didn't watch TV, really.
Didn't it have some real guys on it, like Roy Acuff and some.
Yeah.
Roy
Clark, and I mean, there are a lot of big stars that went on there too. All the big stars would go to Nashville, go to like they have really cute, pretty girls, of course.
Minnie Pearl, yeah.
Minnie Pearl.
I don't know. Was it filmed at the Grand Ole Opry or was it?
Yeah, it was filmed at the Grand Ole Opry. So stars would go to Nashville. Kenny Rogers
I visited there last year. Yep.
Yeah, we went way back in the 70s or 80s or something. So it was just some silly variety show that came out. It was lasted for a decade. Country variety show.
Yeah, Buck Owens.
Buck Owens, right.
Buck Owens was on it. Roy Clark. Yeah,
Roy Clark.
These all legit musicians. Yeah.
Johnny Clash has been on there. I mean, a lot. In fact, wasn't on there a lot. Oh, a lot of big names went on there. All the big names went on there. I mean, that were in country music, but even others crossed over to it and went as guests and stuff.
And Roy Clark was famously on The Odd Couple as himself, and people mentioned what a great guitarist he was. And that's an amazing clip. I can't play it, obviously, but maybe I'll play a couple of seconds. But here's the link. Here, let's see. Roy Clark. I'm sure if you goggle it, you'll find plenty of iterations of it. But here's the link. And of course, with the music, I'll probably get
Vinnie Pearl with that stupid hat with a tag on it.
The tag on it, yeah. Just play a couple seconds of it, just without the.
No, he is on there. There he is.
So that's Roy Clark, and then towards the end here, he's playing, without the music, but he's going crazy on that guitar. It's just
he's great.
What an unbelievable talent he is. People, you love. I'm saying love, but he's that guy on Hee Haw. But man, could he play the banjo and the guitar and just amazing, yeah. So definitely check that.
Oh, you could play anything, classical, Latin, all sorts. Yeah, you could play it all. And he was in Earl Scruggs. He played with Earl Scruggs.
69 through 71. Yeah. Is that all on CBS? Well, we had reruns forever then.
Oh, here's the link. Sorry, the link didn't.
Okay, well, that must have been like reruns we used to get over and over again on Saturday afternoons of Hee Haw.
Yeah, so it was. I just remember catching that show. Like, today we've got YouTube, and thank you everyone who's been watching and hanging out with us. But you just kind of flip through the channels back in the day, right? Or especially when you were younger in the 70s, you would just you had 3 or 4 channels to choose from. So if Hee Haw was on, you'd watch it. And you'd watch it. And they had some skits on there too, corny skits, and if Benny Hill wasn't on, I'd watch some Hee Haw. You didn't have it, or Grandma would be watching, or Grandpa.
Yeah, Glenn Campbell there, Rob.
Yep,
he was great. The Wichita line, man.
And Nashville was that was really fun to visit. If you have a chance to get down there, anyone. I'm not a massive country music fan.
Opry. Yeah,
but
me either.
But I do love it. And actually, I'm going to show some pictures of Grand Ole Opry.
Yeah, I've been to Nashville now a couple of times. And the Country Music Hall of Fame museum is pretty good.
That was great. Yeah,
they had a great Graham Parsons display in there. I'm a big Graham Parsons fan. So
you like country and western?
Country and western. Yeah,
both kinds of music.
We play both kinds of country and western.
And of course, that's where the McKay's books are.
McKay's, man, we didn't meet up at McKay's.
Yeah. Oh my God, bring a U-Haul. Let me see. I'm trying to find if I do a search for Nashville, Tennessee in my Google, but
yeah, Dart Scipio, that's true. And Roy Clark was on the Beverly Hillbillies. Now that you mention it,
yep.
I think he's right. Let me listen to a story about him being good. Or the Al Yankovic version of that was it? Remember he did the Beverly Hillbillies theme to the tune of Dire Straits' "Money for Nothing."
Yeah,
Beverly Hills, that is.
I'm getting cannolis right now, just so everybody knows.
Good.
Here we go. I wanted to show this to Clobber Times. Where was the Baxter?
What are you looking for?
The Baxter Building.
Hey, that Fantastic Four. The Fantastic Four there. They moved it to Nashville. The Doctor.
Yeah, it's in Nashville. Yeah.
So they must have been up to something.
So here's the Baxter Building, 1891.
Wow.
So
it's a plot.
Let's see here. These aren't sorted, obviously, but let's see if I got. So I went to Kid Rock's. There's all these, great places, and you just want to hang out and listen to music. So my much better half was working at the doing a trade show at the convention center. So I just went to Kid Rock's bar and hung out there all day, drinking non-alcoholic beverages because I'm not a drinker. I didn't want to start drinking at 11 a.m.
Well, you know, they still do have a little bit of alcohol in them. Non-alcoholic beverages.
The trick, Mark, is to drink all night so that you're not really starting at 11 a.m.
That's a good point.
Night, you know?
And here's the Batman building in Nashville. See?
Is that Wayne Enterprises?
Yeah, it's Wayne Enterprises. Yeah, that's the joke. Yeah, I should do a short of that. Yeah, but that's
the Batman.
Change that sign to Batman.
Where's Stark Tower?
I don't know if it exists in that universe. Yeah. So I don't know. I've never watched this video since I filmed it. Yeah, that's the they call it the Bat. I think it's AT&T or something. Or let's go back to the beginning of that. You can see so from a distance, that angle, or at night, it looks like the Batman building. Yeah. Wayne Enterprises. Yep. But it's a pretty city. Yep. I think I have the. Let me see if I've got the country music Hall of Fame. Or we could do some. There's some eatery here. Here we go. Here's that was our last. That was my last meal: chicken and waffles before I left.
That looks delicious. That looks so yummy.
That was good.
Would you like some toast?
Let's see here. Let's see what else I got. Where was the museum? I should put these in order so I can, or just show certain things. But here we go. Here's some more food pictures. So it's a famous Nashville hot chicken. So this is a famous place down there. We'll do a little foodery. We always do. So let me put Guagnar's overlay on. Thank you, Guagnar, for making this again. So we've got the Marc's Eatery. So thank you, Guagnar, for doing that. So hopefully there's not too many hungry people out there, but you can always head to a diner. But Hattie B's, so the very famous Nashville hot chicken that everyone's making now. So wow, that was so good. Do you have that when you were there, 70s?
Not that I recall. I can't remember what I ate when I was there. Didn't go to Hattie.
Yeah,
I'm afraid, but
it's a famous chain down there now.
I didn't. Well, I might have. I can't remember.
You might have, not. Yeah. So
I don't
but,
specifically recall going though. So.
Yeah, but my friend, visiting some friends down there, were down there too. So they're like, we have to go to Hattie B's, right? Yep.
Seen it on TV a few times. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, and 11 Alpha is saying the building was designed to look like a phone in a cradle. Whoever knows is the Batman building. Most people know what a phone cradle is anymore, right? And Sunday says, I just ate dinner and I'm getting hungry. So, but that was a fun play. And then this was going into, I got a great video on this, but this was the going into McKay's bookstore, which is the mecca for geeks and nerds. And I'll just flip through a couple pictures, but just all secondhand stuff.
Let's go there one day.
Oh God, I can't believe it. My friend Robert was, once in a while he lurks here, but I took that picture of my sister. She loves NSYNC. I didn't get her to the Justin Timberlake, but actually I think she owns that, maybe Westworld, but just anything. I did buy Mr. T, but anything you want, and DVDs and books and vinyl. Oh my God, 70s and Courtney,
I remember you showing these before, and I thought, what a place! And
that place is amazing.
I don't recall seeing it when I was there.
It's not right in the downtown the city. My friend drove me there. There were a couple of stores. I looked up.
There's the Shogun set I've got. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I would have gone if I'd known about it. We did go to some out of the downtown places, but I don't recall this one. That would have been great.
And I was there for the there's a Star Trek DVDs. I was there for like I spent like my friend said I spent like a half hour on the first aisle of action figures. He was just watching. He was like laughing, watching. He's like text his wife. He's like, Mark hasn't moved from the spot. But I mean, it's pretty much anything you want. It's Kojak, Kids in the Hall, and especially stuff is disappearing now in Monty Python. You can't find stuff. Old music, musical instruments, old, hi-fi, guitars, old computers, just Tennessee meetup would be fun. Yeah, the Usual Suspects. Yeah, really, if I ever go there, but that would be Nashville would be a great place for a meetup. God, I'd drive down there with my U-Haul for this store. Yeah. And you can drive. Yeah, my buddy drove up from Nashville last summer. It's not a great drive, but it's doable. But yeah, I didn't even get a chance to spend any time in these. I felt bad because my buddy was there. I'm like, I could spend like 6 hours in the store. Or what I would do, I would go if I lived down there. I'd go I'd go once a week probably, just to check out what the new new arrivals are. All the Star Wars and Star Trek stuff. I mean, let's see if let's skip to the vinyl because I took so many pictures, but let's see I know a lot of you guys saw this before, but here's the comic book. It doesn't look that big, but the store is so long that it goes down the whole length, the whole length.
It's a couple of football fields big when those
shots
you showed me, like when you're
Yeah,
upstairs.
it's
that's
big.
That's the one. Look, that's that book I got.
You got that right? Yeah.
See that Captain America? You know how big that thing is?
Yeah, $75. Yeah.
No, what? Yeah, but the original price on it's $225, and I got it for $48.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. It's so cheap. Yeah.
A few years ago.
Yeah. Let me put the McKay's books.
Yeah. Look, there's an artist edition, the McFarlane artist edition behind it.
So I think this is the greatest store in the world. So there's the link to it.
It is the greatest. In spite of the pump,
some vinyl.
A lot of good stuff. There's comic sections. That's nice.
Yeah. Look how long the thing is going down.
Hell of a place. What a size.
Wow.
Yeah, I should have taken a longer video, but it's like being in Raiders of the Lost Ark.
And there are about 3 of those places, or 4, right?
Yeah.
4, I think.
Yeah, I should have held the video longer, but God, it's glorious. Yeah, whenever you do a video, you should hold it longer on the subject. But like I wanted to buy that, but I couldn't bring it back because it get trashed.
You couldn't bring it on the flight. Oh man!
Well, it's just gonna get crushed and destroyed.
Mailed it home to yourself.
I could have had my friend ship it back, but I don't know if that's a good price or not. I have no idea.
What was the price?
$60.
Depends on the pricing in the year. But
they charge so much for vinyl remakes right now. Anyway, it's like who knows what a good price is anymore.
Is it an original pricing? All that kind of stuff comes into play.
Condition, the corners nicked, or I'm not an expert on that stuff, so but most of the prices seem to be pretty good, I have to say, from comic book and the toy front. But and just all the you got Kiss, you got all these festivals. I love music DVDs. It was just all these. You got the Hooters here from Philadelphia, who wrote Time After Time.
The Hooters, yeah, and All You Zombies.
All You Zombies.
I knew their manager. Well, my dad dated their manager for a while.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we got to go see them. Oh, sorry, I'm getting back into my car. Don't mind me out of breath.
It's okay. Yep.
We got to go see the Hooters, and we got to go see this band called Tommy Conwell and the Young Rumblers. Tommy Conwell and the Young Rumblers, I think they were called, something like that. But because of her. But the Hooters were a good band.
Oh, it was awesome. Yeah. The history of Eric Clapton. Eric Clapner as Dr.
Joycelyn Elders.
Eric Clapner.
You remember her?
Eric Clapner is my favorite. I love Eric Clapner.
Eric Clapner. I remember that. Good Lord.
She was introducing him. This was our Surgeon General from the Clinton era.
Yeah.
And I love Eric Clapner. Eric
Eric
Clapner.
Oh man,
She really
it's
said
embarrassing.
that? I do
Yep.
not
Oh,
remember
yeah.
that. That is so
Yep.
funny.
Yeah, yeah.
That's right.
And
I was
Rush
trying to
Limbaugh
do-
played all the time.
I was trying to
Fine
do
Young
my
Cannibals. My
part of,
wife mentioned them today.
Oh, Fine Young Cannibals. I remember that. Hold
Ever
on.
fallen in love with someone? Which is, of course, the Buzzcock song. Love the
Yeah, what if-
Buzzcocks.
I was going to do my portion of the Sunday night eatery, even though I didn't make it. But what I just splurged on. Actually, they weren't expensive for what
Eric
they were.
Clapner. Maybe there is an Eric Clapner.
I don't know if you can see that.
Clapner. Yes, he's a lesser known,
The lesser known cousin.
but he's still pretty good.
Can you see them?
I can see a Foreigner album there and a Jay Giles. Oh, that
I
Jay
was
Giles.
I was showing my food for the last part.
Sorry, that
sorry,
Jay Giles
no,
band
wait.
album. That album is brilliant. That Jay Giles band.
That's a
album.
classic.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
Oh,
definitely want to
Courtney.
go back to records, but yeah, I got one of the chocolate and one of the.
Okay, there's something very
Nice.
suspicious looking about those. But
I know. From that angle, it's a little bit. Well, it doesn't really help.
Don't
you
get
should
me
really see a
not-
doctor about that stuff.
I know the way the chocolate's drizzled on that one. It's a little bit weird.
Yeah, don't get me knocked off of YouTube.
I won't. Yeah, back to records. They're way more important.
So could not be reached says vinyl average 40 in Canada, 30 in the US. Wow, vinyl is that expensive? $30 now
Oh,
for
God.
vinyl.
Yeah,
it's- new
at a
vinyl's far too
Walmart
expensive.
or like a Target, I saw a Dirty Dancing remake. It was a remake of the Dirty
Remake.
Dancing soundtrack for $34. I could not believe it.
It's
Wow.
far too expensive. Yeah, I'd buy. Oh, there's a Jethro Tull album.
Yeah, I almost bought a bunch of Tull. I do have some
Aqualung.
Tull vinyl.
Aqualung.
Oh, what a great album it is. I don't know. I hope these stickers peel off easily. But God.
It's a
What
shame we can only see the ones at the front. I want to see everything else.
I should have done a video where it's flipping. But you know, I felt so. I try to be a nice guy. My buddies there. I'm like, Rob, do you mind? I'm like, he's like, we did lunch and we go to the store. I'm like, it's like take as much time as you
Wait,
want. But I'm
hang
like,
on. Sorry, go ahead. But I was going to say go back, but keep talking. Stay
it didn't focus. But it was gonna say, you know, I felt bad. So then I was rushing. I was probably walking when I took this picture. I felt guilty. I'm like, I didn't want to, spend too much time. I spent probably 2 hours. He didn't care, but he's not a geek I
I
am.
was trying to figure out which album that was in the bottom right-hand corner. The guy with the long blonde hair.
Yeah,
It
it's
looks
not
familiar.
Not in focus, unfortunately. Yeah.
No, not Nick Kershaw. I'm trying to figure out who it is. Kajagoogoo, that's it. Somebody
There
says
we
in
go.
the chat, Matthew in the chat, Kajagoogoo, yeah.
Too shy.
Shiny
Yeah,
shy.
Yeah. Good
Oh,
stuff. Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah, it just brings you back to a fun place. There, that one's so T for Tillman. I don't.
Oh God!
Oh, you're
there's
not.
too
No
much
one knows.
Tull.
Oh, who's that guy? I
That's
don't.
Cat Stevens. Sorry, that's Cat
I know. I'm joking. Yeah, but yeah, I have that vinyl actually.
Sorry,
but I have a
Yusuf
different
Islam.
cover. Yeah, yeah.
Cat
But,
Stevens, all the music that's on the Harold and Maude soundtrack, I'm obsessed with.
That was a great,
Oh,
great,
Cat
great
Stevens is
stuff.
good. Al Stewart, Year of the Cat. I've seen him live.
Is the first cut is the deepest on T for Tillerman?
Can't remember.
I think
Great
the first
song,
cut
though.
is the deepest because that's been remade. But I actually like Cat Stevens' version.
Well, I quite
the
like
best.
some of the earlier stuff. Father and is it Father and Son?
Father and Son maybe has that. Yeah.
Yeah. But he had
Look at that
hits in the
wall.
'60s, like before that, Matthew and Son, and
Yeah.
some other hits that were pre that and were a bit more poppy, you know.
And there's the DVDs or Blu-rays, but yeah, that just
What
gives
is
you
the
an idea.
name of the store again?
It's McKay's Books. So I think
Okay,
I'd like to
good.
live there.
Yeah, it reminds me in a way of going into like Amoeba Records. That's
There
how
are
I feel when I go
four
into
of them,
Amoeba.
I think. There's
Oh, Matthew rightly points out Limal from Kajagoogoo also sang the Never Ending Story. That's what I
Oh.
was trying to think of, the theme, Never Ending Story theme.
Yeah. 70's gonna help being a real ladies man. Yep, yeah.
Well, you know.
I love enough. Missed the second largest antique militaria show this weekend. It's a fairly niche collecting community, and due to the insurance costs are high, so sadly a lot of shows. Yeah, I used to go to a lot of shows. There used to be a ton of gun shows in our area, and then they all went away. It was just fun just to go see the
strange,
antiques.
that, isn't it?
Yep, and they used to have the museum. Oh, what was the artillery and tank museum in? I'm trying to remember. Well, they had a huge weapons museum there. What was it called? A tank. It's closed now too. It was on a military base. I can't remember. I can't remember a name. Been there 2 or 3 times, and I think it was in was it Delaware? Or was it Aberdeen Proving Grounds? Thanks for brain. My brain finally worked. Aberdeen Proving Grounds. They had a wonderful museum there too, but that's been closed since then too. Yep. Yeah, Sandley says, yeah, I used to buy some of those LPs. So a ton of my vinyl was bought at yard sales. Comic books you could find sometimes.
Me too, yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Flea markets, stuff like that. They also, I've been noticing in the town that I live in, and I need to check one out. I went back on Facebook. I hadn't checked my Facebook for a while, and they have a whole events page, and they do once a month a record meetup, like a record swap for vinyl.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
I want to go check that out. Seems like it should be pretty cool. So.
Yeah, like this place, if you wanted old speakers, remember you get all those little mini boom boxes or big boom boxes or old monitors. They had old PlayStations, Nintendo Wii's stacked up. Here's the horror of the Funko Pops.
I need a VCR player. Is that funny?
Yeah, they had
I
VCRs.
bought one.
VCR player anymore.
I bought one just a few months ago. I bought one.
Did you buy it used?
Yeah, I got it for like $5 in a charity store, and all I had to do was take the top off and clean the I can't remember what they call the capstans, and it played.
They were slipping. It was slipping or something, or
yeah. Well, you get the flickering.
Yeah,
just clean all the
it.
capstans and bang, plays perfectly. It's great.
Yeah, it's so funny because I got a bunch of VHS tapes. They were like 25 cents, but they're all movies that I love. And then I was like, I don't have a VCR anymore. I used to have a TV that had a VCR in it, like underneath it. You know what I mean? Like it was attached to the TV. I was like, I wish I still had that because it was small, wouldn't take up a lot of space.
Same here, because I picked up a lot of VHS at thrift stores and sales and stuff, and some of them were giving them away, and they were in sealed or in great condition. I got Star Wars ones and everything. And well, I need to play these, No. Get a lot of Chuck Norris on VHS. A lot of Chuck Norris on VHS.
Speaking of Star Wars, I did get a 45. Remember they used to have they would read Star Wars to you on the 7 inches. I picked up one of them. Thought it was kind of cool.
I actually have a
12 inches better.
Oh, that's
10 inches are okay though too. 10 inches are very unique.
Yeah, well, sometimes I do have to fold it in half. That's true.
And 11 offices, tank museums in Saint-Maur, France, and at Münsterlager, Germany have great collections. I've been, of course, I'm Swiss in my background, of Dad's side, so I've been to some of the museums there. And
Münsterlager sound like a great place to be.
Yeah.
Oh, let's go to Münsterlager. Can I have two Münsterlagers, please?
There's a museum in France that has it's my ex-father-in-law, my ex-grandfather-in-law, I should say, who was like a very decorated war veteran. He was a bomber pilot, but they have his uniform in some museum in France. I thought that was very cool. Now, my ex-husband was upset because his mom sold the uniform to the museum, but it is what it is.
Here's some VCRs for you.
I should have told you.
Don't spend more than $5. $5 is all you need to spend.
Yeah.
And get them to play it first. Make sure it plays first.
Yeah, I have something
like a tape player too, like a boombox. I really do. I'd like to have a dual cassette tape player, like I used to have.
Oh, dual. Yeah, I still have mine.
I wish I'd kept all mine. Yeah, I wish I'd kept them.
But what I have is I have a DVD, VHS to DVD converter. So I can take my old DVD or my VHS tapes, record them to a DVD, and then I can rip them
Cool.
to my computer as well.
I did a lot of that, yeah.
Just so you
I can
have
do
it.
that.
I
in
need
back.
to get an external drive. I still haven't gotten one. To
They're
like
pretty
save
cheap
all
now,
my stuff
yep.
to have enough room for everything.
Ooh,
If
I
he's
never
asked,
noticed this.
Oh, so I was gonna say,
Viewmaster
where? Oh, wow.
must hook up to the
Viewmaster.
TV.
What is it? I
Look at
can't
that.
see it. I'm sorry. Can you
Weird.
It's a
explain?
ViewMaster. I've went through all the you catch
Oh,
something every
cool.
time you look at these slides. So, but it looks like a modern ViewMaster. Maybe hooks up with the thing you would put in. And,
You mean not one with the little handle on the side that you flick?
Darth Scipio, the
Those
name of
things are
that
cool.
the name of that Captain America book. If you're talking about the one we were just looking at earlier, it's the 75th anniversary vibranium edition of Captain America. So
and his list price was $250 right back
it's
in
like
the
$225 or something like that, and
back in the
it's
day,
about
right?
weighs 40 pounds. It seems. It's not a coffee table book. It's a coffee table without legs. I have it, and it's crazy. It's in a big gigantic slipcase box, and when you pull it out, it's outrageous. It had only the last eighth of it is filth. All the stuff's real good stuff. Other than that, until you get to the modern trash. So
look at all the Wii's here and Xboxes, and there's the Wii Fitness, and I think
It's so funny that the Wii is like considered old.
yeah, it's old now. Yeah, I should have bought an extra one just to have it. My old one went on the fritz. My son said I could actually send my friend Robert
not
there.
too long ago.
Grab me a Wii and
You should
I was
get
giving
two,
them money.
and then you'd have a wee wee.
And we have a Wii, yeah. Yep, I already have it ready to convert. Yep.
I was doing that shit 15 years ago. So I got rid of all my VHSs, and I bitterly regret it now. I had all the top quality gear for that. And,
you keep the tape. You got rid of the tapes too. You said, right?
I did. I'm kicking myself badly now. I had all the original Doctor Who VHSs.
Oh, I still
I have a lot of stuff that you can't get now, like just stupid things like the Steve-O videos from
tons
Jackass.
of music stuff. I could kill myself now. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
I know. I think I kept all my most of my VHS tapes. Some of them I might have thrown out. I think I might have thrown out some of the recordings. But I think I have a couple of boxes I should check. And you can sell them now too. Not that I'm, into it for the money, but
yeah. I had a huge catalog of music stuff I'd recorded off the television, which I then converted to digital. So I've still got all that. I got rid of the
that's
tapes.
cool.
I've even posted a couple of them on YouTube. I actually had a YouTube channel years ago where I posted all that shit. I had millions of views.
Oh, before the copyright.
Before all that shit. Yeah, I had like Warren Zevon on Old Grey Whistle Test or whatever, or Jules Holland. Just stuff like that, and I had literally millions of views.
Oh, millions of views, yeah.
And then I don't know, I just got too many copyright whatever. So eventually it caught up with me, but so I got rid of that channel, and I wish I didn't. But now, of course,
I wonder how people still do that.
A lot of that stuff's been posted since. But
there's some people that do stuff like that. Like there's a Wendy O. Williams channel, and they post all old interviews and stuff from TV and all this stuff. And I always wonder how they get away with that.
Interviews are okay, but when you post the actual performances is when you get into trouble.
They have those too on there.
I've got two that are quite successful. I've got Iggy Pop at Tea in the Park doing. And I've got a lot of views on that one because you couldn't find that anywhere else. So I put it up on YouTube. And funnily enough, it's never been claimed or anything.
Oh, they never claimed it? Oh, because it doesn't exist, right? So they can't track it. If it's the only place.
You have to post that link to that for me in the group.
Leaving comments and saying thank you for posting this because I was at that and I was there too. I was at that gig and I've never ever seen the footage of it, and I recorded it on VHS of a late night Scottish television show because it was Tea in the Park Festival in Scotland. And it's
you think about that. If someone wasn't like a big, huge band where it was being recorded for TV, there's so many performances that are just lost. Like I have no record of me playing with Fang, which I have pictures, but there's no video. You know what I mean?
I do need
And,
to go. I do need to go through my stuff because I have got more like that is not available anywhere else.
Yeah, that's cool. That's very cool. Go ahead,
Let me
Walter.
just
Get him.
22,000 views, which isn't much, but and I've got a John Hyatt one that's
That's
got
a lot.
20 John Hyatt one that's got 29,000 views.
Well, you know what
My
might
highest
happen
video
too
has
is
like 400 views. Okay.
Let me
So
just get the
once
link.
once they get once they get a certain level, like some of my Star Trek shorts got claimed once they hit like 50,000 views, or had a lot of views. Then they claimed, like they came back and claimed them. I guess it must be a trigger too once it gets a lot of views. But so that channel had a lot of subs too, and you just nuked it, or your old channel
I had a lot of subs, a lot of views, and eventually I nuked it. I got it started to get into trouble when I posted things like an Eagles clip from an old British show that they were on when it was the original 4-piece Eagles.
Wow.
So Bernie Leadon was still in the band, and I
Yep.
posted that, and it went nuts with views, and even it was being embedded as links on mainstream websites.
Oh yeah, yep.
And all of a sudden, it was getting like hundreds of thousands of views, and people, and then bang, the Eagles are notorious for this. They
Oh,
came
Eagles are the
right
worst.
down on it. That was the first real trouble I'd had.
So you got a
They broke-
copyright strike for that, probably.
Got a strike for that, blocked, and then a couple of others did the same, and then I ended up. I went fuck it, and I just nuked the whole channel. And it's a
Yeah,
shame
you would've-
because I had a ton of material on there that
Wow.
wasn't available anywhere. Clips
Yeah.
from I'd recorded myself of television shows right back as far as the early 80s, and stuff that maybe I don't even have now, even though I did copy a lot of my VHS to digital. So, but it was a shame because it was fun because I was posting all this shit and people were going, "Wow,
Yeah.
this is great. Where's that from?" And anyway.
Well, yeah, because I was just talking before. I don't know if you were here, but I would record stuff too, obviously, and then my sister would tease her because she'd erase it for like 90210 or something, But I had this great. I know I caught some old shows, like an old video show where they had Fire by Al. Who did Fire? I Take You to Burn. Oh God, who sang that? I'm forgetting the guy's name. But old time video, some Deep Purple, Black Sabbath. Why can't I remember the guy's name? Who sang Fire? Arthur Brown. Yeah, Arthur Brown. Fantastic song.
Yes.
And had the Who and like just some obscure songs that I had like a collection, like you're saying, of just stuff you had recorded. And I can't find that tape, or I don't know what.
I know that's the problem.
What happened to it? But it was a lot of old videos, and
I've
like
got a ton of
maybe some
stuff.
of them are on, but I don't know if they're still available, or I can't remember exactly what that whole. But I used to listen all the time. So Matthew saying, do you remember Avenue, One Fella Market? I don't remember that one, but in Portchester near me, there used to be a flea market every weekend, and we'd go down there and see what we could find, what was available. So, but that's the fun. That was a fun. There was a record importer there, or a guy importer, but he'd have imports. So like White Snake, like we get that's where you could get White Snake for the first before they hit
Before
it
they sold out.
mainstream. Before they sold out, yeah. And I like a hobo. I walk a lot. You got to have hobo in there. You
The
can't
Mickey
have,
Moody, Bernie Marsden version of the
Yep.
band, which is the first time I saw them. Great band.
Oh God,
Hard
So
blues
good.
rock. Then, yeah.
Versus the and the hair metal is fun too. But yeah, I like the original iteration.
Ain't No Love in the Heart of the
best.
City. That's a great track. I love that track.
Yeah, and those albums you can listen to straight through.
Well, if anyone's looking for that stuff, you can buy the first 5 White Snake albums in a little CD set called The Box of Snakes, and it's really cheap and gives you all those albums, and they're really good. But anyway, I gotta go because I gotta go to bed.
Oh yeah,
'cause I'm-
work.
'cause
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
old.
Yeah, well, God, it's one. Yeah, we're probably gonna cut out.
So
Oh,
I'm
we
gonna-
lost Courtney.
I'm gonna dive out. So thanks for having
All
me
right,
on,
buddy.
mate.
Yeah, it
It's
was
been
awesome,
fun.
and we'll see you tomorrow on the jerk. I'll try to be there. I don't know what work is like,
Yeah.
but
You
the
guys
Jerk,
are all
however-
welcome to join me on the Jerk stream. That sounds bad.
Yeah, great movie.
Yeah, so you're all welcome, all of you on the panel.
Let me put your link in, and yep, everyone catch 70 store. And thank you much. Yeah, appreciate you stopping by.
Take it easy, bud.
No, it's good to be here. And I just dropped my dropped my Guardian of the Galaxy Funko. Never mind. Yeah, I'll see
how's
you
your
guys
arm
tomorrow.
feeling? I hope your arm's feeling.
It feels like shit, but hey.
Oh
Sorry.
shit! Sorry,
I'll be
man.
Going. Well, I'm trying to do a lot of physio, and I've got injections coming up, and then maybe surgery. I don't know.
Yeah, best of luck. Yep.
It's just too many years of concentrated abuse on the right arm. That's what it was. So
sorry about that. Yep.
See you. So have a good night.
All right. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much.
Feel
Yep.
better, buddy. Take care, man.
Yep. Take care. Yep. Oh, let's let Courtney in. Yep. But I think we'll probably.
I figured you were ending. I got
No, that's
home
all right.
and it switched to the internet, so it booted me.
Yeah. Well, we still have 35 people hanging out with, which is awesome. So
35. Wow.
Well, 33,
big
but
crowd. Yep. Well,
Where
Brian
were
just
the
left,
party
yeah.
at?
I've had Blazing Saddles on pause for the last hour. Thank you. Yep.
Oh, that's
And
actually
hails to
huge.
Mars Monkey Max. Yep.
Love it.
It's a huge compliment. Oh, hey, Mars Monkey.
Mars Monkey.
Yeah, Tawny Kitten. Yeah, wowzers. Yeah, she was cute. And hail to
Tawny
Chief Shadow.
Katane. I didn't realize who you were saying. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then she went and got everything banned. She went against what she used to do, and got everything banned with the warnings, the parental advisory stuff. She was like a big proponent for that.
Yep. Oh, of course, the chat always gets it too. Thank you, Matthew Arthur Brown. Yep. My cruddy memory. Yep. It was fun to make all those tapes. It was good. Yep. And could not be reached as Jerk is great, but my favorite Steve Martin film was Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid. Yeah, that's a classic. Yep.
I like Parenthood.
And 11
Isn't
off.
that Steve Martin?
I don't like that one too much. I thought it was all right, but I love the Jerk better. That's that one. Roxanne.
Oh, Roxanne's good. Yeah,
I love Roxanne.
And let me say goodnight to 11 Alpha. It was great seeing you in the chat tonight. Much appreciated. And hopefully you can hang out again with us and check out I'm on with Clobberin Times all the time during the week. He sometimes lets me on his channel too. So we have a lot of fun together. So
yes, sir.
Check out the links below and sub to my buddies. And it was great having you in the chat tonight.
Yep.
So
thank you to everybody. I love having all the cool people in the chat. We got the coolest chat.
It was a fun
Absolutely.
time. Tonight.
Great team. Great chat. Amazing.
And I appreciate Nick Weiser sending the peoples over.
Yeah,
and,
buddy.
We kept you entertained, I hope.
Great
and,
Nick Weiser.
It was great to have the Geek and I tonight. And we're so it was interesting to learn. Yeah, he's not the geek, he's the I. So he's interviewing the geek people, so we'd fit right in on his Star Trek.
That's funny. I didn't catch that part. He's the I.
Yeah, he's the I. Yep. So he's not the crazy geek, which is fun. So he would we'd be the quote unquote geeks and nerds and experts, I guess. So be a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to have him on the show, and I'm sure he'll be back. And look forward to being on his show when I have the chance. Yep. So all right. Well, let's say goodnight to everyone. First, let me play my video thanking all my members in the chat. So let me play that. And I still haven't updated, but I think it's got it. I started updated tonight. And
I noticed that you shortened me to It's Courtney, which is hilarious because people always complain about how my name takes up the whole thing.
I just shortened it. Yeah. So here we go.
And I was like, Mark.
Yeah, I just shortened you, Courtney. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I thought it was funny. I was like, Mark got me.
Yeah.
You know, that's the only reason I've kept my name is because it annoys people. People say it's so long. Because I don't even have my oddballs anymore. I don't do that show. But I just refuse to get rid of it.
Yeah, just keep it. Yeah. And thank you to Matthew. Thank you so much. Thank you, Rob Altus. Thank you to Chief Shadow. Yeah, let's go through the chat now. God, we had so many people. It's going to be tough. But Mars Monkey Max, Gwagnar, the Dadman Clan was here. Shout out to His mom sounds like she's doing better. Could not be reached. Claude Salling, was Claude Salling here
I
tonight?
think so, yeah.
Yeah, Claude Matthew Marzul. I'm just going to memory now. San Lee, Darcipio, Rob Altus, E. Clay, 11 Alpha. Let's see who else was with us tonight. Great Steve Mitchum could not be here, but he was in the chat.
He did pop in.
Yeah. Did pop in, yep.
Matt, the great Pat S. was here with us for a while.
Pat S. in the beginning, yep. Thank you, Pat S. Hope you're feeling better. He's a little under the weather, got a cold, yep. Let's see who else was. Of course, the great Max Redstone, your Muslim uncle, Boosh McFadden. I think I said 11 Alpha. Let's see who else was that. TZ Burton was here, of course.
Hello.
Hello. Oren Alterus. This is from the raid here. RJ Godzilla was here. Tina Guzman, Jaffo, Zathras. And of course, thank you 70s for being here again. And we got Joe's Atmosphere popped in. Brian Hepburn, Lisa, DJ Play Nice, Fanty Outsider, Lemon Pie.
I was here. Cool.
Yeah, Lemon Pie was here. Claude Salling was here. Yep, Larry was here, of course. Polly's Minion. And Birch Tree Publishing. Joe's Atmosphere. Could Not Be Reached. Classic Comics. Broga was here. Let's see who else. And FKHC 2005, aka Tim, and the Stream Element spot. So I think I got everyone. I think I got Mars Monkey Max and your Muslim uncle. And hail to those lurkers out there. Thank you for lurking. I think I'm gonna do what Geek and I suggested, do an audio podcast, or even if I can do video. Why not, right? Be fun. So everyone have a great night, and let's see what the great Cloudburn Times has going on for the next few days. I know you've got some good stuff coming up as per usual.
Well, thanks for having me. It's been a lot of fun as always. Hey, JT. Tomorrow night at 6 Central, 7 Eastern, I'll be at J-Man's channel with J-Man and Sean doing our Legion of Superheroes reviews. And then tomorrow night on Monday Night Mark C Comics Talk at 9 Central, 10 Eastern, the great Ace Cast Iron joins me for it's still Superman month, so we're reviewing the Superboy saga, the death of the 80s, from the 80s, the death of Superboy. And then I'll be on Midnight's Edge After Dark Tuesdays and Thursday nights on 6. We have the round table at 7 on Loki's channel on Wednesday nights. But of course, next Wednesday night I'll have Wednesday I'll have Retro Blasting on my channel, 9 p.m. Eastern. The great Michael French joining me to hang out. Then we got the Clubhouse, of course, Thursday night, 9 Central, on my channel with you and the wonderful Raquel. And and so that's pretty much what we've got going so far this week. So,
good stuff. Yeah,
that's it. That's all you have.
No, that's all he has. Yep.
Yeah, so much going on.
Just a little bit.
Doesn't seem like much to me anymore.
But we're gonna, and I'll probably do that a watch party. If we're gonna do that.
The Superman Bash. I forgot. Friday. I keep forgetting.
Yeah.
Thursday I have a special show at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. It'll be the 29th of February. It'll be the Superman Birthday Bash.
There we go. Can't forget
Superman
that.
Fans, let's celebrate, because you only get one February 29th every 4 years. So when we celebrate the birthday of superhero numero uno, Superman.
Right.
I wonder if I know anybody born on February 29th.
We do. Our good buddy Michael Beacom, for one.
That's cool.
Yeah. So he's young. Yeah. Michael Beacom's very young.
He's young. Yeah. And then Froggy from the Little Rascals. He's one I knew.
It's pretty cool.
So that's gonna be a great week, and looking forward to watching those shows and hopefully popping in on a few of those when we get a chance. Yep,
please do.
And we'll do. And if we do that Outer Limits episode, I'll try to do a watch party for that too. If we do it on the Clubhouse this week or next week, we'll let you guys know what's on the Clubhouse. We'll try to do watch party. So I don't know if we'll get to that one this week, but I hope Raquel likes that episode since I suggested it. But it's been a long time since.
Is there any romance in it?
There's no romance. Zero romance.
You have a chance then.
But Melissa Gilbert is in it from Little House on the Prairie.
Ah,
Yeah, so it's a great.
you know,
they
I wonder
put
what
the
your
episode in.
chat would think about you doing maybe a special on some geeky music or like something like that, because you've got a big knowledge with that too.
Yeah, no, thank you. Yeah, I do. Yeah, like obscure geek or
Yeah.
soundtracks.
You
Clobbering
know it.
Towns would be great for that one too. For
Soundtracks.
movie
I love
soundtracks.
soundtracks.
I'm okay with soundtracks, but I don't know much about other music other than I like to
I
listen to it.
love soundtracks. I just think it would be a cool idea, but I wonder what the chat would think. Would the chat be chased away by that or
I
not?
don't think so, but that would be. I mean,
I did
certain
do
beat.
a show once, the favorite movie scores. That's a fun one I like. Favorite movie soundtrack.
Yeah, just like once in a blue moon, you know what I mean? To have like,
Yeah.
and do like one special maybe on food, like you did that cooking one that day. It was just kind of neat to change things up and stuff. Then you
Yeah,
had
that
more
was fun.
content to
That
your
was a fun
channel.
one.
So
That was a fun one. Yep, yep. So here's let's see. I thought I did a search for. Let's see here.
if you did the 80s, like
that
the
one.
80s has some weird music. Weird.
Yeah.
Like, do you remember that song Fish Heads? Fish heads, roly poly fish heads.
Fish heads,
So
fish
weird.
heads, them up, yum.
Yeah, you can take them to the movies. It was
wrote
like
that,
so
huh?
weird.
You know who wrote that, right?
No, I don't.
Billy Mummy from Lost in Space played Will Robinson
Oh,
Wow.
I didn't know that. That's cool. It's good to know.
for Dr.
So
Demento. Dr. Demento made it famous. Wes Cagle.
Hey, Wes Cagle, we're getting out of here,
Hey,
but
Wes.
this is the episode that really stuck me with. Of course, no spoilers, but there's the link. You can watch it free on the Roku channel. So this is called Relativity Theory, and it was one of the episodes from season 4, episode 6. Kind of stuck with me over the years, and this is not a spoiler showing this stuff, but it's an alien contact mining. They'll just leave it at that. But Melissa Gilbert's in there, and it's I think it's one of the better episodes, or just one I happen to remember years later. So yeah, they lead a project. Oh no, that's a different one. That was another good episode, but yeah, so it's just a fun, very sci-fi episode. So I thought that might be something to well, until we get Raquel get us some more comics, might be a fun one to show and review. So it's Mars Monkey Max. It's the Outer Limits from the 90s, 1995, and there's a lot of great episodes in that show. Did you ever watch any of those Clobbering Times, or just
What?
The 90s Outer Limits, or?
No, I don't think so. Not much. You know how I'm about, even though it's not technically, it's sort of like, it's not necessarily like a remake. I guess I just didn't watch it much. I think I did maybe 1 or 2, but I didn't watch it that often.
I definitely did not. I used to watch the Twilight Zone.
I love
if
the
that's anything
original.
like that.
I never missed this when this was coming out. If I could have, if I could, and they did have a lot of great classic. Tim Matheson wrote.
And I saw one of their remake episodes. They did a remake for some reason.
They did do a remake,
or
yeah.
no, was it a sequel?
Well, the original producer on the Outer Limits was
Leslie Stevens
on this show. Yeah, he was
Leslie Stevens.
producer.
Yeah.
He was
it
a
a remake or was it a sequel they did to the? No, they did a sequel to the iRobot episode or something.
They
like
did a
that, I believe.
sequel, yeah, and that was Adam Nimoy.
Adam Nimoy was in it because Leonard Nimoy was in the original.
Yeah, so Adam Nimoy did that.
I saw that.
And,
Yeah, way back when.
yeah, so and I think they did a couple of, like you said, a couple of sequels and a couple of redos. But yeah, at least you had the original. Some of the original people working on the show. So I just it was not always was awesome. But God, what I would give to have this sci-fi like this on an anthology show. So you had Harlan Ellison, Richard Matheson, Larry Niven, Stephen King, George R. Martin, Patrick Kelly had stories in there. Leslie Stevens was a program consultant, and Joe Stefano, original writer of the TV series, served as executive consultant. So we remade a feasibility study, retitling it Feasibility Study. which is one of the famous episodes from the original Outer Limits.
Okay. That I don't think I saw that one.
Yep. Well, Tales from the Crypt were great. Yep. Richard Matheson wrote some stories for the new.
Richard Matheson wrote. Yep, he wrote some Twilight Zone, some Star Trek, of course.
Yep. Yeah, there was some. Yeah, the Richard Thomas one that was a great episode. God. I also loved Friday the 13th, the TV show, which was really
that was a good show.
More about artifacts, nothing to do.
I don't remember that show.
Oh, that was great.
It was nothing to do with Jason.
Yeah.
What years was that?
Late 80s.
I have to look into that.
It was basically there was this this occult store or shop or whatever. They had a bunch of artifacts that were cursed and sold, and then they had to go try to collect them and find them.
And it happened to have a cute redhead on it.
Roby.
Well, of course.
Yeah, loved her.
You would.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But yeah, there was a cursed artifact of the week. One of the creepiest one was a guy steals a cursed leash or something, and he was turning his wife and ex-wife into a dog slowly by murdering people. God, that was a creepy episode. And it was one of the few ones where the bad guys always didn't get away. They got caught, and that was like the only episode where the bad guy didn't get caught. So, and the dog is turning into a person slowly, like they're reversing their characteristics. But yeah, she was a cutie patootie, as Raquel would say. Roby, Mickey Foster.
And she had one name, Roby. That was her name.
Roby. Yep. I don't know why you liked her.
I don't know.
Oh, thank you for subbing to Paulie's channel. Well, that's great.
Hey, there you go.
But yeah, nothing to do with Friday the 13th, other than did they have the mask in there or something, or did they just was 3 seasons or 4 seasons, 87 to 90 says Wes Cagle. Yep. Tales from the Dark Side, Monsters, Freddy Nightmares, lots of anthology shows. Yeah.
I didn't like Tales from the Dark Side too much. There was like one really good episode, and most of them were just kind of cheesy. But I would still watch it. I would watch it sometimes because it came on like late Sunday nights, and I don't know why, it would just be on and it's kind of thing. Remember, there was a while, there was this block, there was War of the Worlds, there was Highlander or something. There was not War of the Highlander, there was War of the Worlds, there was something else. Remember War of the Worlds TV show?
Yep. Yeah, you just used to flip, it was on TV. You'd watch it, yeah. So
Tales from the Dark Side.
Who was that? EJ or who wrote that again?
What?
War of the Worlds.
Oh, H.G. Wells.
H.G. Wells.
H.G. Wells. I was saying E.G. I was trying to figure
a TV show. Yeah.
Yep. Wasn't it a British show that was brought over here? Oh, we lost Courtney. Was it a BBC show, or was that
no
the BBC? That's a newer.
Not that one. Not that syndicated one that was from probably Canada or from something like that or whatever.
That's a great story. Yep. What was this? Oh, Dark Skies. That was Noah Wiley from ER. That was yep. And Matthew, yeah, same here. Midnight here in WPIX in the Big Apple for sure. Yep, we'd be watching Star Trek right now, watching the Doomsday Machine. Oh, RRT and Z. Thank you so much. This will be good to end the show with. Yeah, when Spock bounded over the Cylon Raider, bellowed its morphin. I'm guessing morphin time, and stabbed the Nazgul with the sonic screwdriver to save Princess Leia. I sighed.
Yes. Well, who didn't? Who didn't?
Groovy.
Thank you very much. Appreciated for that super chat.
That's because a droid don't pull people's arms out of their sockets when they lose.
And maybe our teams that would like some toast.
Would you like some toast? Some nice hot crisp brown buttered toast.
And here, this would be good with some toast.
Well, it just so happens that your friend here is only mostly dead. There's a big difference between mostly dead and all dead.
So thank you again, RNT and Z, for that. And sorry, Courtney. Well, we're going to end the show now. But thank you very much for being with us, Courtney. And during the week, I'll be on course, Toxic Tuesday. And the movie this week on Toxic Tuesday, and I'm drawing a big blank on what's on Toxic Tuesday this week. Let me check here. What's on
can't remember
Toxic
either.
Tuesday? I wrote it down because I always forget. I think this week it's Bachelor Party. So if you have,
cool.
if you like Tom Hanks, if you're a fan of donkeys, please do not watch the movie. It's a tough one. Everyone has been finding that one, but yeah, and to be careful clipping that one. But so yeah, I'll be on Toxic Tuesday, and if we cover whatever we cover, we'll try to do watch parties for. So yeah, but so everyone have a great, fantastic week. Thank you, Caliber and Tons, for hanging out with me tonight again. Thank you to the Geek and I. Sub to him if you haven't already. And we'll catch you on the next Sunday Night Geekery. So everyone have a great, fantastic week. And we'll catch you on the next one.
Fun storming the castle.
It's 106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
Thanks, Wes Cagle.
Still here? It's over. Go home.